Why was that muted? Hello? Why is this muted? That's crazy. Yeah, sorry about that. Should be good now. That's so odd. Hi, everybody. I was talking this whole time. That's so embarrassing. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, friends. How are we today? How has your days been? How are we feeling? Are we doing good? Are we having fun? Are we living, loving, and laughing? I sure fucking hope that you are. Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Feeling gay? Best way to feel. They called it happy for a reason. Hell yeah. I am honestly kind of fucked today. I slept 4 hours last night. And then spent all morning helping unpacking things and doing house stuff. And then napping. And then partaking in herbs. And yeah, it's been a fucking tiring day. I did want to do this stream though because I have plans for when I'm finally done with the tier list. I have so many plans. I have exciting plans. Really exciting plans. I'm very excited for that. Hello Aria. Hello everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. How wonderful to see everybody. How wonderful. How wonderful. Put myself over here. There we go. Yeah. Oh, back to the grind. Am I right, guys? Back to the fucking grind. We have stories to get through. We have Yuri titles to be recommending. We have a series to rank. I gotta get y'all on that good shit. I gotta get y'all equipped. I gotta get y'all ready. I gotta get y'all aware of what good stuff is out there in the world because it's so important for my audience to be educated. Nice shirt, thank you. This is the outfit for the day. We're cute, we're femme, we're having a little cute cottagecore girlfriend moment. I have multiple sides. I can be cute. I can be femme. I can do it. I'm always a tomboy. Thank you so much for the compliments. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you. That's so sweet. That's very sweet. Thank you so much. Making me blush. Making me blush. Exciting things. Exciting things coming. Right now I'm focusing on keeping up with uploads for now. Because that's still been a little challenging with everything going on in my life. I'm managing to keep up, but I haven't managed to create a proper backlog yet. So that is gotta wait for a bit of a calmer month for me to do that. But once I'm a bit more established and have a bit more backlog, which you'll be able to tell by the fact that there will actually be early access videos on Patreon and like members only videos on YouTube. That means I'm caught up. Once I get to that point again, I've got some fun content ideas that that can only happen once I'm done with the tier list. Because I wanna try my hand. I've talked about this on a previous stream. I wanna try my hand at long form content, like edited live action, like camera, long form content where I am on camera and I am talking to you and I have a script and it's edited and very purposefully all planned and scripted and pre organized. I want to try my hand at content like that, like the video essays type content, but not quite video essays. I want to be more like a in the reviews side of things and the I guess reviews for now is the focus, and then maybe later I could get into other stuff. But there's a lot of things I have I have to review that I want to share with the world. I have a lot of I've like gay romance book titles, like WLW book titles. I've got the thing, my initial idea of I want to review eroge games, or eroge, I guess it's a bit redundant to say games as well. I want to be reviewing those. I want to be one of the very few people on the fucking internet who actually reviews erotic games. I want to just be able to make content on the side of my ASMR content that is more video essay, review, scripted, comedic kind of videos. Because I feel like my type of perspective is not as frequent as I would like to see, right? I would like to see more outwardly queer, like, women who admit to being a bit of a degenerate actually, like, properly professionally reviewing things instead of just being a gremlin. I think there's a distinct lack of that. I'm gonna put it on this channel. I think I will put that here, but because the long form content is gonna be relatively infrequent, it's just I don't think I would be comfortable having it on its own channel. You know what I mean? Just because I won't be uploading like frequently at all. And if I have a second channel that I take months per video to upload, it's really bad for the algorithm. So I don't know if it would be a good idea, really. It's why I started streaming on my main channel too, because the engagement that I got from streaming on a second channel was second to none. You would just never have people in chat, and people don't know you, right? Like, you're not making really lots of moves for your brand. And I feel like part of these long form content videos is that I want to sort of indirectly advertise the kind of content that I make, right? I want to point people to my stuff and be like, hey, and if you like gay shit, look at what I'm making. Or come check me out on streams. I play gay visual novels, right? Stuff like that. I want people to understand what I'm here for, because it's pretty in line with each other. All my content concept is pretty online. It's just gay anime women. Yay. That's kind of it. But yeah, hey. That can come later. I'm excited though. I'm excited to try my hand at long form content and getting to play around with it. Until that point though, we still have this stream to get through first. I should actually check if this works. Hold on. Is that fine? Yeah, fuck it. Whatever. Can I make it bigger? Hold on. Let me see if I can do something about this so that it's not necessarily as hard to read everything. I just want to... Oh, you're locked, that's why. Like that? That seems a little better. Okay, sure. Yeah, fuck it. And boom. There you go. Now y'all are here. let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm excited. It's been a little bit since the last one. So let me actually do that a little cleaner. There we go. It's been a sec since the last one. If you want to know what all these titles are about and why I recommend them, you can do so a little, you can go find the VODs. They are available, should be, on the live tab in my channel. If you want to read any of them, don't know where I was going with that, honestly. But until that point, if before then, let's get some new titles in here, huh? Let's get you some new shit to read. And let's get started right away. I'm gonna get my stuff picked up. All right. The Dentist Won't Stop Teasing Me. Definitely didn't set myself the goal of reading every single one of those. I'm so proud of you. I hope you do, and I will sing your praises if you do. The Dentist Won't Stop Teasing Me. There is 2 translated episodes of this that I've read and that I could find. There might be others on the internet, but for now, I'm gonna put this into things to watch out for. It seems like a typical K-drama style, like manhwa, where manhwa, what do they call them again? Fucking yeah, manhwa. Yeah, a typical manhwa kind of vibe, like a Willow manga vibe, manhwa vibe, where it's woman in attractive, authoritative position flirts with girl. That's kind of the vibe. Hi Oxburn, welcome. But it's not been translated enough for me to have a strong judgment on it yet. So it's just gonna stay in things to watch out for now. Next one is a sequel to one that I don't know if I reviewed yet. I think I did, no? Let me double check. I did review this. Okay. So, you might recall the Takane-san and Arashi-chan thing that I have recommended. It is here in Good Yuri. I rated it as a pretty good title. Takane-san and Arashi-chan University Story is a follow-up on that. It's just the sequel of the same writer, following the same characters as they go to university, right? After high school. It's gonna go in the Good Yuri because of that. It's just sequel. It's just more of the same good stuff that you like. I like it. It's good. I recommend it. Girls X Vampire is a fun concept. Because if you like fail wives, if you like fail girls, like as an archetype, you're gonna really like this one. It's about a vampire who goes to high school, Japan style, because obviously, and through things happen, you don't have to read, but things happen, and she inadvertently ends up drinking the blood of a classmate of hers, which puts vampire hypnosis on her. That's how it works in this, is if you drink someone's blood, you hypnotize them, right? You will become a thrall of that vampire, which is very, 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 very illegal, right? So vampires do not like you doing this. Vampires don't want other vampires to like bite people. Biting people is a bad thing. And like, it is established pretty early on that it is very, very frowned upon for you to bite people. But this girl just inadvertently ends up biting girls at her school. and making them subservient to her, and trying to navigate being a super, like, a vampire, whilst also being clearly just, like, this fail woman who does not know how to be a leader or a master of any kind, and clearly is not used to being in a position like that at all, but, like, is relishing in it. It's very fun. Girls X Vampire. It could become... She does it to multiple. Things happen. You just have to read. It is very fun. It's starting to look like it'll be a harem anime. It's not quite peak for me yet, but it is one of those ones that if they get really fun with it, it might become peak for me. But until it does, I think it'll just go in the good Yuri for me. And I'll put it right with... Ooh, this is a tough one. Where am I gonna put you? It's better than that. It's better than that. Yeah, it's like here-ish. It's pretty good. Girls X Vampire. Check it out. Beauty and the Beast Girl. This one's cute. I realize also that I need to be careful about where I'm putting the fucking camera, because y'all can't see me. Can't see the full thing. Beauty and the Beast Girl is a manga about a blind girl who encounters a monster woman, like a beastly woman, who in the forest, and because she's blind, doesn't realize that she is, like, beastly and monstrous. And the beast woman, like the monster woman, trying, like realizing that she doesn't know, that she cannot see her as a monster, and craving a connection like the one she's offering by just talking with her, she decides to keep it a secret that she's a beast. Until romance blooms between the two and things get a little complicated. It's a beautiful story that is respectful to disability, which is always, is always a pretty important element whenever you're reading a story with a disabled person. Like, are they just kind of making it a torture porn thing? Because that does happen. Are they, like, being respectful of the disability? Do they understand what it is like to live with a disability? You can always tell when a writer is, like, able-bodied and has not consulted actual disabled people. You can always tell. But it is clear that they were very respectful and very, like, well-researched about the topic. So it becomes this very beautiful story about acceptance and differences and romance, despite, like, traditional, like bending traditional ideas of what bodies are meant to look like. You can go pretty deep with the layers. Overall, it's just a beautiful love story. It reads like a period drama to me, because the pace they take is so, like, gentle and nice. It kind of feels like a period drama where they're courting each other, and it's really beautiful and it's really sweet. I really like it. I think it's peak. I think it's, like, a really sweet Yuri. This is peak for if you're trying to read something that just makes you feel good, and has you rooting for these two, like, big time. Yeah, this is a really, really good one. I'm quite fond of it. Devious Miss Crimson is less of a manga to me and more of, like, a strange art project. It's very beautifully drawn. It is very interestingly drawn. The style is fantastic, and its concept is really interesting. But it's only a couple chapters long. Hi Flo, welcome. It's only a couple chapters long, Devious Miss Crimson, and it's it's just kind of its own thing. Don't go in expecting a full Yuri. I do recommend it. It's a pretty short read. I wouldn't call it like necessarily like really, really great or anything, but I'll put it in guilty pleasures, right? Just as an interesting little conceptual thing, that is really pretty and like nice to look at and well drawn. Oh, is this the one that I'm thinking it is? I think this is the one that I'm thinking, that I've recently discovered. And yes, it is. Okay, this one is called I'm a childhood friend and I want to remain a supporting character, but for some reason I became the heroine's love interest. Okay. Classic otome game reincarnation concept of, like, our main character reincarnates into the setting of this otome game. They are aware that they have reincarnated into the otome game. They are aware of the plot points of the otome game and all of the characters, okay? So someone who is intimately familiar with the game world gets reincarnated into the game world. The only thing is, this girl is gay as hell, and this is like a hetero dating sim that she liked to play, even though she wasn't really interested in like hetero relationships. She was interested in the girls, like she liked it for the story and for the girls in the otome game, but didn't care for the main character, right? Kind of thought the main character was whiny and annoying. And because of that, when she reincarnates as one of the romance options for the main character, she is like, I'm gonna do everything in my fucking power to make sure this guy does not fall in love with me and stops being dependent on me, because I don't want him falling in love with me. I don't want him, period. I'm kind of good. I'm good without. I just want to live a quiet, chill life in the background as a supporting character, have him date some other girl that I do not care about, and leave it at that. But here's the thing. Accidentally, she keeps doing the romance flags that the main character, protagonist, is supposed to be doing. And because of that, starts becoming the protagonist of this otome harem-like style situation without realizing it. It's looking like they're gonna, like, the structure, the story is structured around a nerdy girl ex-gyaru dynamic, which I fucking love. Personally, I love a gyaru anything. So this is really good. It's really good Yuri. Is it peak Yuri? It might be. I don't think it's had its moments to shine yet. I think it is among the level of Yuri up here. Or it is just really, really good. Yeah, I'm gonna put it right there. Nerdy girl likes Yuri. Yeah, right? Me too. Me too. So yeah, I'm gonna put it right there and leave it at that. Read it. It's good. Shino and Ren is very fun if you like pretty art. It is a cute little couple. It's very well drawn. It's a little bit, especially when the nerdy girl's the more forward one. God, that's the best part. Yeah, when that is peak, when that happens. Shino and Ren, it's a role reversal like manga, but it's not really a manga. It's more like drawn panels, like illustrations that follow each other up. Like, it's not like manga panels, right? It's illustrations that are pretty high fidelity. Where it's just like kind of mask girl with taller shy girl, but the shy girl is the dom one. That's the role reversal. That's what it is. It's good. It's fine. It's just okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with it or anything. I think it's just like a novel little concept that isn't gonna break any like boundaries or blow any minds. You know what I mean? So because of that, I'm just gonna put it just there. It's fine. Yeah, this one, the one of those slime ones. So as I'm aware, this one also has an anime. I've watched a couple of episodes of it. And it's fine. I think it works better as a manga, personally. It's called I've Been Killing Slimes for 300 Years and Maxed Out My Level. You might have heard of it. You might have become familiar with it in some way. It's a fun little indulgent reincarnation thing. If you like when isekai become like domestic little city, like town builders, like family builders, that is what this is. Slice of life trash, yes. It's just slop, right? It's slice of life slop with isekai and magic and cute monster girls that are adopted into the family unit. As well as some of these characters are just her little, like one of them just becomes her little wife, basically. I don't remember if they explicitly stated as that, but she, in all but words, she's her wife. And it's a cute little story. I think if you just want to indulge in some random garbage, this is perfect guilty pleasure content. Truly, it's perfect guilty pleasure content. Yeah, there's no official wifing. Okay, that is fair. But it's nice. It's just good. It's just nice. Okay. Our Yuri started with me getting rejected in a dream. Ooh boy. Friends to lovers. All right. First of all, if you're here, if you like friends to lovers content, this is one of the ultimate friends to lovers titles. Okay. If you are one of those people that goes, my favorite trope is friends to lovers, which I have met those kinds of people. I know they're out there. If you're one of those people, this will be a peak Yuri for you. This will be peak for you. If you're easily bored in romance, I feel like this might rank lower for you. I don't get bored of just typical coming of age, sweet, like, romance where they're circling around each other. I don't get tired of that. I love that kind of stuff. So for me, Our Yuri started with me getting rejected in a dream is a peak title. It's very sweet. It's very innocent. It doesn't get very like crazy or anything. It doesn't rank super. What does it? No, it doesn't rank like super high up in my peak tier, but it is peak. It's about a girl. They've been like two girls. They've been friends forever. They're childhood friends. I think at least they've just been friends for a while. And then one of them has a dream about confessing her love to the other and getting turned down. And then it's like, why did I have that dream? Do I have feelings for her? That doesn't feel right. This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. I've never had any kind of feelings like this, and then suddenly I have this dream and I have all these things to think about, and blah, 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 blah. And I can't ask her out because if I do, she's gonna reject me just like in the dream. What if the dream was prophetic, right? And that's the whole basis of the Yuri. And it's cute. It's wonderful. Both of the girls in the relationship were really cute. Like endearing characters. It's just worth it. It's a good fucking Yuri. It's a good fucking Yuri. Just read it. It's peak. My ex-girlfriend became my boss. I have... Let me double check because I don't believe there's too many episodes of this translated that I could find. Let me see. Yeah. So this one hasn't really gotten like off the ground super much yet, but I am liking the direction that it's going. My ex-girlfriend became my boss is about uh it's about a girl who's working at this like office, um and her ex-girlfriend becomes her supervisor and starts making her life hell. um but it's one of those things where it's clear that the ex is not over her and kind of wants her back. So boss ex employee stuff, exes to lovers. If it's your tea, keep an eye out for this title. If this is your kind of thing, if you like that kind of gay shit. There's 9 chapters that I could find translated. So, you know, if that appeals to you, go check it out. The Skirt Sings at the Landing is a ballet manga about a tall girl who wants to be a follower, and a short girl who wants to lead. And, or not ballet, ballroom dance? Is it ballroom dancing? It's like a ballroom dancing ballet kind of thing. Yeah, this girl has been forced to, this tall girl has been forced to be a leader and like the masculine one in the dynamic over and over again at her dance club, and dancing is like her passion. She has an older sister who's like got really successful and she wants to follow in her footsteps. But she cannot lead, and she has all of these body image issues about being tall and not being able to be feminine because people won't view her as feminine because she's so tall and she's being forced. As a tall girl, I resonate with it. I definitely had her experiences growing up. This short girl who wants to lead, who wants nothing more than to lead, and they kind of find each other after the tall girl gets rejected by her longtime dance partner, gets replaced. It's dancing and height difference. It is really fucking good. It is a beautiful story about like body image and kind of like indirectly the message of this manga is very much like the shape and size of your body does not determine who you have to be in a relationship. Your height, your weight, whatever people want from you does not have to be what you give in a relationship. Which is a message that I deeply resonate with and I very, very much stand behind. Of, it doesn't matter what you look like. Like, you can be tall and muscly and mask and you can still be the bottom and then still be the cute one in the relationship, right? Like, all of those things can be true at once, and I firmly stand behind it, and I really like this Yuri for it. It's also just a good like romance. The drama is good. Ooh, this is one of those. No, you know what? Yeah. I'm not just gonna put the generous stuff in peak. This should be in peak. Skirt Sings at the Landing, I think, is a peak one, just by the nature of how it displays this dynamic and how it explains, like, how it shows these girls having these body image issues, and I think it's very, very well done. So yeah, recommended. Let me air out the room a little bit. There we go. Love Train. Oh God, this one is a bit of a mess, but it's a mess that I like. So the reason it's called Love Train is because there's a bunch of characters, each in love with the other, in like a train formation, right? So there's this one person who's in love with this other person, but that person is in love with another person, and that person is in love with another person, and that person is in love with another person, and that person is in love with the first person again. Like, that's kind of the idea of Love Train, where they're all just like interested in each other in different ways. It's not strictly Yuri, because there are like MLM pairings as well as straight pairings, as well as like implied trans pairing. There's this feminine boy who like cross dresses, and then one of the guys falls in love with him whilst like dressed as a girl, and there's implications. You know, so it's really interesting. Yeah, cross dresses. Like the whole thing is that he's like trying to trick someone, so he dresses like a girl because he thinks it would be funny, but then he does it continuously. Like he just keeps dressing up as a girl, and it comes to a point where it's just like, I'm getting the feeling that you just like doing this, my guy. Hi, little gnome. Hello, Scrungler. So it is fun. The main concept is that this is at a school where you can like, there's a fat cat that sits on a wall or something, and there's an urban legend at the school that if you pray to the cat, he will help you with your relationship like issues. So people come and pray to the cat, and all of these people are like people that come pray to the cat for their relationships, or like are somehow involved with the cat. It's fun. Yeah, if you are cool with seeing a bunch of different relationship types, including gay ones and straight ones depicted, and you're not someone who is just like, come on, just get to the Yuri already, I think Love Train is really cute. I think it's fun. I think some of the pairings are like iconic Yuri dynamics, and for that reason, I think it's good Yuri. I think it is. Yeah, it's gonna be good Yuri. Gonna put it right there. Love Train. All right. Let's look this next one up. This one. Oh, fuck this one. Oh. Okay, yeah. This one. This one is called How My Cute Girlfriend and I Started a Love Story. And our main character is... so first of all, adult Yuri. Adult girls love. We always love in this household, alright? You will never fucking catch me complaining about the fact that the characters in the story that I'm reading are both working, consenting adults. Thank God that there are manga like this out there. These ones heal my soul just by the pure fact that they are actual representations that I can root for without having to acknowledge in the back of my head that I would not root for this in person or would not want to be privy to this stuff in person, and that I don't really want to see them as children, because a lot of them are children, and it sucks. It's the worst part of the hobby, is that there are so much underaged characters. Adult Yuri is always fucking good. Like, it's always worth reading just by virtue of having the experience that you don't have to think about the fact that these people are children, that these people are like not like should not be depicted being in adult situations, right? When it's like this, it makes me go like, they should fuck. They should fuck already. And it's great. It's the best part, right? You can look at these characters and see how they're depicted, and even see them depicted like riskily or like, oh, silly sexy joke, and you can be like, this is great because they're awesome like adults that are consenting and responsible for themselves, and it's fucking amazing. It's wonderful. This is a good example of one of those Yuris. It's about our main girl, who is like a secretary, office lady person, who is obsessed with being cute and is obsessed with cute things, right? She loves cute things, loves everything cute, but continues to get mistreated in relationships, continuously is like, I think dating guys. I think that is also part of this, that she's only ever been in straight relationships with like men who date her because she's cute but then don't respect her, right? And she just doesn't like it. She's sick of it. She's tired of it. She's fully fed up. Then this other girl comes along who's got like this short hair, and she dresses in like, she's a sales representative, so she is very serious. She's very stoic. She's basically like everything you would expect from like kind of Ice Queen office lady, mask, like cool domineering type, right? Like cool in control. But then out of nowhere, this cool in control girl invites our main girl out for dinner, where she gets to see that this serious woman is actually really easily shy and flustered, and is actually really fucking cute in her own way. And our main girl realizes, holy fuck, there's a girl cuter than me, and she's interested in me. And it is so good. Because of that, I love it. I love that the story acknowledges that both of these women are cute, can be cute, are capable of being cute even when they're not traditionally feminine, and like the love of getting a girl who dresses more like traditionally masked, the love towards them and the respect towards them to go, look at how cute she is too. Fucking amazing. Fucking incredible. A femme who is dating a girl, like a woman who dresses little less femme, like a little more towards the masculine side, and going, she's the cutest girl in the world, is a traditional lesbian experience that is a good depiction of what these relationships can be like, and what these dynamics are actually like. Instead of going, oh, that's the man one, just going, no, she dresses more masculine, but she's also a cute girl, right? I love it. It's really good. I can't not put this in peak after the rant that I just went on. I think it is peak though. I think it's absolutely fucking incredible, and absolutely worth a read. I don't remember the next one. Let me remind myself. Damn, I cannot find it. Let me do that. There it is. Okay, so there's only 2 chapters of this. So I can't really say anything about it just really yet. It's apparently post-apocalyptic. It's about a clueless, loyal android and a sickly, cold-hearted researcher. I think, if I remember rightly, because it was a little while ago that I read this one, because it was like 5 months ago or something. It's about a woman who gets gifted an android servant that is exactly like spitting image of her ex that really fucking broke her. Which is really fucked up, right? That like someone wants to fuck her over and basically be like, I hate your ass, have an android that looks exactly like the ex that ruined you, which is rough. And then she just kind of ends up being really fucking abusive to this android. I don't really think I can call it like any specific judgment. I just know that like it was Dark Yuri that edged real close to abusive Yuri, and I'm not usually a fan of that stuff, so I don't really know if I can put it in things to watch out for. I'm just gonna put it in cannot judge, just because I remember the dynamic between the two making me a little uncomfortable. Like, I love angst, and I do like when it's like internal conflict, but when it becomes a thing of like, you are not the person that has made me feel like this, but I'm gonna take it out on you anyway, makes me feel icky. I don't like that. So I don't really super think it's my thing, so I can't honestly recommend it. Tsumugi-chan wants to make Seto-san laugh, right? Is a cute story, very cute story. It's about there's a girl who's really deadpan and really serious, and then this cute little girl, like this cute girl who's very like small and whatever. You know, that kind of dynamic with a taller girl that's very serious and a smaller girl that's more peppy. The small girl makes it her mission one day, like randomly, that she thinks that this girl in her class, this deadpan girl in her class, is really, really fucking pretty, but she cannot understand why she never smiles, and she thinks that it's sad that she never smiles. So she makes it her own mission in life to make this girl laugh and make this girl smile, which is an incredibly gay thing, by the way. Incredibly gay thing to do. To see someone that barely ever smiles and go, I'm gonna be your smile. Very gay. Fucking get a room. But then the added layer is that this deadpan girl is really into this smaller girl, and when she gets flustered, she gets more deadpan. Which is a really fun dynamic of just like when this girl is just like, holy fuck, that's cute, she goes full deadpan. So it makes small girl think that she failed and like only renews her efforts of like finding what will be the thing that cracks her, whilst this other girl is just like, oh my god, she's so fucking cute. It's really cute. It's yeah, autism, honestly, kinda, yeah. It's really cute. It's really cute. I've said that so many times, but it just is. I think it's good, Yuri. Putting it in there, give it a read, give it a go. I think it's very cute. I'm in love with the villainess Maid's Kitchen. I reviewed I'm in love with the villainess. That shit is good. This is a little spin-off like thing where it's just Ray, fuck, I forget the names, dude. What the fuck is her name? I don't remember. So it's the main couple of I'm in love with the villainess as well as their maid, which is, here's the thing. I'm gonna put this in just okay for 2 reasons. All right. 1, it's just them like cooking, and I don't think they're really doing anything innovative. I think it's just very fluff, very filler content. Secondly, it's content with the one character in the show that I do not think they handled correctly, or that they did not write a good arc for, because it's just the incest arc, right? it's the like, spoilers for I'm in love with the villainess. If you don't want to hear this, then close your ears. It's just the maid that runs off and elopes with her brother, right? It's just more content with her, and that's a character I do not really like in that show, for the simple fact that she has this incestuous relationship with her brother, and no one, like, she's rejected from society for it, but then they pity her, and like, I get why, right? It sucks to be in this situation, but there's a difference, right, in them being like, look, man, I can't fully support your relationship, and I think this really sucks for you, and I really don't think you should be doing this, but if you're being kicked out of the country anyway, like, go live your life, man, right? Like, there's a difference between doing that and going, you're just someone in love, you're just in love with your brother, what's wrong with that? Like, that kind of vibe. And I'm in love with the villainess really rides the line. Maid's Kitchen is just content with that the character that was not a success for me, and because of that, it's really just like mid content. Love Bullet, what a fun concept. Girls who have like die without ever having experienced love and having so girls that die without ever having fallen in love become cupids. Where they make other girls fall in love and have the romance that they could never have. And then I think the idea is that at some point, if you like do that enough, you can like get reincarnated or something so that you can experience love again, something like that, right? But the Cupids, instead of having little bows and arrows with little fucking gay little hearts on them, have guns, because get with the times. They've got love bullets that they shoot you with. And what that turns into is a bunch of Cupids, aka winged dead people that no one else can see, carrying fucking grenades and full assault rifles and revolvers and shit around, trying to like resolve cases that of people that need to fall in love, while simultaneously fucking shooting each other with guns because they're fighting. It is one of the rare times that I think it works because it's teen girls. Absolutely. I don't think this anime or this manga would be as good if it wasn't teen girls. But that's mostly because the kinds of relationships and love that they portray is pretty innocent. They don't really cross any lines or care to depict any like illicit stuff, which makes it a lot easier to enjoy it, even though they are our children, because it just becomes a cute coming of age romance. And most of this manga is just them shooting each other. It's them the A plot. The Love Bullet is easily explained with the A plot is always there are angels with guns and they're shooting each other, and then the B plot is whatever romance they're trying to get going, right? So you get a B plot romance as well as angel gun violence as the main thing, and that makes it a pretty fucking good Yuri, I would say. I also just think it's a nice art style. It reminds me of people. It reminds me of a certain type of person. And their angst whenever they get shot, yeah. It reminds me of a certain type of person that is such a specific type that I can't really explain well, but I have come to like, over time, come to know like this specific type of manga art style that is a little old school, like harkens back to old school manga, but not quite. It's really nice. It's a good energy. I like it a lot. So yeah, Love Bullet, recommend. Fugue Across Worlds is, I think, a manhwa, like a Korean one, or a Chinese one. It might be a manhwa. Love Bullet feels late 2000s. Yeah, it has a classic feel to it, but in a very, very good way. It has a :3 feel to it, you know? Fugue Across Worlds is a period piece, but not like a, oh, medieval noble houses period piece. It's a period piece in the sense of it is historical, where it's between the daughter of like a crime syndicate boss and a singer at like a bar, like a performance venue singer bar combo thing. It's very like, it's like a little older than noir, right? It doesn't have a noir vibe per se, but it gets kind of close, where it does have that classic feel, and the fact that it's probably like some level of Chinese or like there's probably cultural differences there. It changes it, right? Where it becomes this interesting twist on that kind of genre of that kind of era. I think the main relationship is interesting. I think it is well depicted. I really like the characters. The relationship as on its own doesn't really make me go insane or anything. I think the relationship dynamic between them is fine, but the characters individually I do like a lot. I think it's a very interesting view on like people that would live in this time period, but also make it gay. Like it's good. It's a good take, right? It's a good take on what I imagine is like 1920s, maybe. I don't even know for certain. Like I don't really know what time period it's set in. They might say it, I just do not remember. But Fugue Across Worlds is very good. I think it's good Yuri. I don't think it's peak. I think it's just good. And I think it's gonna go Oh, fuck, this one. The superstar idol crushes on me today, too. That is the one I'm thinking of, yes? Is it the one? Yes, it is. Fuck, I love this one. So our main character is a washed up actress, like child actress, who used to be extremely popular, who is kind of washed up and became an underground idol, who is trying to make it as an adult idol, and it's just like, it's not happening. Not adult idol, like an older idol. I'm not sure how old they are again. I don't recall. But she's trying to make it in the industry again, and is like taking up these jobs that are not quite fulfilling. And then there's this other girl who is the new, like, up and coming rising star idol girl. Like young, beautiful, talented, part of this like really popular idol group, who by all means our main girl sees as a rival, right? Sees as everything that is enviable and you know, basically is like, this is what I want to be. I envy her position. I want to be just like her. And therefore like has this animosity towards her. In the meantime, this really popular idol girl is a fan of this underground idol, like die-hard fan. Has followed her since child actress days, is the reason she got into idolhood, and just is obsessed with everything else she does, and is like a complete fucking like, you're my Oshi, you're the best thing since sliced bread, you're amazing, which only makes our main girl confused and frustrated, because it's like, you're my rival and you're talking to me like I'm some big shot, which is clearly just meant to be condescending, you bitch, right? It's a fun one-sided rivals to lovers thing, which is always great. I love a one-sided enemies to lovers, where one of the people is just like, you're my worst fucking enemy, and the other is just like, yeah, if you want me to be Pookie, right? Stuff like, I love that dynamic. This is really good, Yuri. I really like the main character. I like where the progression is going. Oh, fuck, where did I put that? Okay, there we go. Absolutely something to keep an eye on. Is it peak? Not quite yet. Is it really good? Yes. How many episodes of this one are there? Let me see. Star. You have an exam tomorrow, should probably go. Good luck with your exam tomorrow, Scrungler. Let's see. Right, this one. So this one is hard to judge, but I'm gonna put it in things to watch out for. The Star Next Door, there's only a couple translated chapters out before it got serialized, and then now it's getting serialized, so yay. Good. Let me turn a light on also. Yeah, good luck. But Star Next Door is about this woman who lives alone and has a favorite male idol. Like, is obsessed with this male idol who gets caught in a dating scandal. And she fucking gets so upset. She hates the fact that this dating scandal happened, that her male idol fave was like involved in it. Is like, and as a typical pick-me hater, basically is like, I hate this woman that was part of the cheating scandal with my life. I hate this other celebrity. I hate this actress with a passion. And then that idol moves in next door, and she realizes that her animosity towards this idol with her male actress, like dating scandal, whatever, she realizes that her animosity might harbor some other hidden feelings, and basically struggles with her feelings of spite and bitterness towards this woman, whilst also some other stuff is happening in the back that makes her question. I really liked its concept. I really liked where it was going. I haven't been able to find other like serialization. I don't know if they have gotten to that point yet at all. But it's cool. It's a really good one. I really like it. So I'm curious to see if there will be more content in the near future. What is that one? Is that what it is? Oh, I mistyped it a little. That is it. Oh, this one. Okay. So this one is pretty straightforward. Itazura Privacy, aka Mischievous Privacy, is a manga about this girl who, in front of everybody, bullies this girl. Boss Speaks with All right, make a dive so I want Yuri Tier List on company time. Hell yeah, brother. So yeah, it's about this girl who bullies this other girl in class in front of everyone, like bullies this loner. And she's like the pretty popular girl who bullies the plain loner. That's what it says in the description, in front of everyone in class. But they have a very different relationship in private. That's the whole thing. It's just two girls who are really secretly dating. But in order to like hide it or something, she bullies her in front of other people, which is a classic trope. It's cute, it's gay, it's fine, it's not good enough for me to go, well, is it? It's fine. I'm gonna put it in like a guilty pleasure level, where it's just okay. But it scratches an itch. You know what I mean? It scratches an itch of what I would like. What I like in Yuri. And it's a unique concept enough that it like entices me. Right? To Die in June, I have not read. It was on my list because I wanted to read it, but it's a tragedy. It's a Yuri tragedy, apparently. And it's literally all I know about it. So I cannot really give you any info on that one, sadly. But there's a title for you if you want to look it up and see if it's your thing. To Die in June. Let's see. Oh, this one. Okay. This one is called... Right, Yuri, not tragedies. Real. This one is called Dear Flowers That Bloom in Days of Yore. Is about a girl who goes to the library to read books at this all-girls school, and then picks out this book at the library that has a letter in it, and the letter falls out. And the letter basically says, this book is like, it's one of those sister books, right? Like the all-girls school, you have an older sister and a younger sister, and like it's this whole thing, and they call it like S. It's a weird like semi-Yuri thing, like the old school Yuri, and it's one of those books, and the letter is just like, everything, all I've wanted in my life, all I want is my one wish is to have a relationship with a girl like the girls in this book. Like, I want my older sister. I want to have this kind of dynamic, right? Class S, yes, the predecessor to Yuri, exactly. And then in this letter, it basically says like, if you find this letter in this book, I just want someone to do that with. We could write through letters. We don't have to see each other, but can we have that kind of dynamic? And then the girl that picks it up just kind of gives into curiosity and does it, start sending letters through the books, like putting letters in the books that then are taken out and are replaced with new letters. Um, that Ryoko Ikeda was also a pioneer of it. I'm not familiar with that name, I don't think. I'm not familiar. I've only read one chapter of this, but it's one to watch out for. I really like it as a concept. I really like the drama of it, of going to an all-girls school and reading a book that is like Catholic school levels gay. And then, you know, going like, oh man, there's a letter in there. And it's very like hopeless romantic core, right? It's very over the top dramatic, and I really like it for that reason. Yeah, it's cute. She wrote Rose of Versailles and Onisama A. Oh, interesting. You could see love. All right. So this one, If You Could See Love, this one is a classic. It's about a story about a girl. I'm just gonna read the summary. Ever since she was young, Haruna May has had the ability to see pink arrows that tell her which person someone loves. Following many hardship that came with this ability, May begins attending an all-girls boarding school in the hopes of never getting involved with romance again. However, she discovers that her childhood friend Shiroyuki Soya and her new classmate Fukatsu Rina both have arrows pointing towards her. AKA, girl has the uncanny ability to see, by form of arrows in the sky, who people like have feelings for. And then suddenly, as she goes to an all-girls boarding school, two of the girls that she spends time with have arrows pointing towards her. So she knows that they have feelings for her, which is great. And it's a good Yuri, and it's really, really interesting. I think it's just, I think that's all I'm gonna give you for that concept. But I remember really fucking liking this. I'll put it in good Yuri, but it's very close to peak for me. If You Could See Love is very fun, and I recommend it. I recommend it heartily and heavily in all of the words. Okay. Is it this one? It is this one. All right. Next up, Age Gap Yuri. An OL at her limit and a college girl, which is a trope in manga that you see more nowadays, the OL thing. The OL age gap Yuri, where OL is Japanese like shortening of office lady, I'm pretty sure. And they often pair them with high school girls. So one thing that I'll immediately give this manga so much fucking credit for is the fact that they chose to go with a college girl instead of a high school girl. Let's fucking go, guys. You passed the bare minimum. You did it. You did the bare minimum of what you could do to make it consenting adults. Thank you. Right? Age Gap Yuri is fun and can be really fucking good and can be really fucking special. But them just being consenting adults immediately makes it that much easier to enjoy a manga. And I will go on this rant so many times. I'm thankful for this manga for making it a college girl, and I think that this is a trend that many more people should be doing. You do see it more often, I think, nowadays. Like, it is a trend that you see more where they will make college age characters instead now. Like, every now and then you'll see a manga where they go for college age instead, and it's so good. It makes it so much easier to enjoy. Like, it feels like very slowly but surely in certain corners of media, people are acknowledging and correcting for all of the weird pedophilia in Japanese like manga content. OL Letter Limit and a College Girl is about a girl who, like a woman, an office lady, works in an office and is relied on by her colleagues for like everything, is just like really good at her job, is really efficient, but then she comes home and she is so like tired and burnt out that she does not take care of her home, and she just drinks beer in her mess of a home and just kind of like dies about it. Korean girlies love college age MC, but that's so that they can drink. Yeah, and alcohol does make any story juicier. Hey, if that is what it takes, man, if having drunk like consent stuff happen is what it takes, I would rather have dubious drunk consent than just straight up this girl is underage and cannot consent, right? At least when you get drunk, right, you chose to get drunk. You don't choose to be young. You don't choose to be a child. No, it's different. But yeah, a college girl moves in next door, and lives next door, and after some things take place, sees what a fucking nightmare her house is and how terribly everything is going, like how terribly the upkeep back home, like back at her house is, and basically says, well, I can help clean for you. I can help clean your house. I don't mind doing that. You're busy and you're helping me out in this way, so I'll help you out by cleaning your house in return. And you don't have to pay me or anything. You don't have to do that. Like, I'll just do this for you. And then that becomes a trend, right? Where office lady is home and like dying and so tired and so overworked, and everything like continuously gets more out of sorts. College girl comes over and it's just like, I'm gonna clean for you again. And it's just like, no, I feel so bad. Why you don't have to do that? And it's just like, no, I want to. And then it becomes a whole thing where, this college girl is just like, it feels so good to have this woman be dependent on me a little bit. Like, she needs me, and it feels really nice to be needed by someone who's so capable to everyone else. Like, there's mild layers of Delulu in this manga, but not enough to make it like, oh, you're insane. There's a growing trend of tired office lady whose responsibility are taken over by a girl younger than her. Yeah, the whole like cute little housewife takes care of woman that has never been taken care of, right? That kind of trend, which I understand the appeal to it. I definitely do understand the appeal to it, and as long as both are consenting adults, I truly don't have much of an issue with it. Sounds peak to me. It's good. I don't know if it would be peak. I think the things that I've put in peak so far have like stories and plot lines that make it stand out above other works. It is definitely good Yuri though. I have a lot of fun reading it. I think it's absolutely worth a read. It's gonna be recommended, right? I am gonna recommend it to people, but I wouldn't call it peak. I wish to be a tired woman coming home to wife, and I think fucking everyone does. I think the rising popularity of these specific types of works is only because like adult lesbians, adult queer women are just having office jobs and wanting to come home to a wife, right? As the awareness and acceptance of homosexuality is slowly on the rise, even though Japan has a long way to go. Is it legal in Japan now? Does anyone know? Is it legal yet? Is gay marriage legal in Japan? No, not yet. Right, that's right. Right. Damn, still no, huh? One day, man. One day they'll legalize it over there. It's 100% our wish fulfillment. Yeah. It's a very indulgent manga. Because I think we all would like something like that. You know, someone who just takes care of you. I don't recall this one very well. So I'm gonna be real. This one called The Only Way, I have read it. I don't remember anything about it, and it has been made unavailable on the site that I use to very legally read these things. So I haven't been able to give myself like a like mind freshening up or anything. Yeah. It is... I don't know. I don't remember this one at all. Oh my god. I'm just gonna put it in Kennel Judge because of that. I just don't remember it. I don't have really a way. The description of the thing did not sound familiar to me at all. I have no way of checking what it looked like. I'm not gonna go into a rabbit hole and delve into it. But you know, it's whatever. Chun and Alice is a interesting little one. Weird, like back in time thing of Western royalty gets a like Asian girlfriend, right? Like who is just like adopted into the family out of novelty because she's so pretty and her skin is so like porcelain white, and like basically back in the day when it was still like, oh yeah, we're Westerners, let's import people that we find beautiful from the rest of the world while not really treating them like people. Basically our main character is this Asian girl who basically knows how to be beautiful and knows how to be pretty and like lean into that stuff, and likes to exploit rich people for their money just by the fact that she is pretty, and she is easily like, she looks like people that, she looks the way that people that want to take advantage of people like her, it's appealing to them, right? So she basically seeks these arrangements out where she benefits and is able to make a lot of money just by hoarding gifts of jewelry and like having these people appease her, but is very much detached from it. But then one day when she's like, all right, I've made enough money here, and decides to flee, she discovers the noblewoman that she works for secret, and the attitude of the noblewoman towards her changes 180 to this weirdly tense, charged relationship that's where it's very clear that like, oh, this girl's kind of unhinged and it's kind of BDSM-y in a weird subtext kind of way. It's a very interesting work. I'm gonna put it in good Yuri because it's so interesting and I want to see more. But it's an odd little work. It's an odd little story. Very strange. Let me look up the full title for this one. Right. Yuri between a masochist and a sadist who's bad with just words. Or a masochist's weak insult towards a sadist. It's just one of those like little webcomic. It's a webcomic. Where the whole concept is just like a girl who's basically just a brat, who's a masochist, who antagonizes this girl during school, and then sadist, like glasses wearing, quote unquote, plain girl who just kind of like endures it during school time, but then like gets her revenge by doming the shit out of the other girl, right? It's just brat taming content. If you're into like brat taming kind of stuff, it's a good web comic. It's pretty degenerate, but it's degenerate positive, not in a very intense way. It's only suggestive, but I say it because it's just brat taming content. It's indulgent brat taming content. So I'm not going to pretend like this is high literature. I'm not going to pretend like this is anything other than, like, it's pretending to be anything other than what it is, which is watching gay people have a SM relationship. Which is fine. It's good. I like it. I recommend it, but just know what you're getting into. Let me see. Oh, fuck, this one. Okay. Stay with me here. All right. So this one is called This Triangle Rom-Com Has a Duty to Be Happy. Right? It's a manga where our main character is a guy, which I know for a lot of Yuri fans, immediate reason to just peel off and go, maybe this one's not for me. This doesn't feel like Yuri. Did I get baited? It's so easy to give up on a work just because, like, you might be getting queer baited. And that's how I felt when I started this manga, right? I was just like, is this just a fucking het romance? What the fuck is going on, right? Why am I reading this? But it has the girls love tag, and it doesn't have, like, any other romance. Like, it says it's queer romance, so what the fuck? So it's about this guy, right, who goes to the same class as, like, two of the most beautiful girls in the school. But he's like, I just want to have a chill school life. I'm going to keep my distance from these girls until, right, until he learns that one of the girls is in love with the other one. And that changes everything for him. Because this fucker is the most based Yuri wingman you will ever come across. That he's like a Yuri Knight type, right? Where he just goes like, well, now that I know this, I have to help. And it's just this fun little rom-com where this guy gets involved with these girls, and both girls are kind of like, oh, this guy's really nice and I like this guy, but I'm really worried and jealous because he's getting along really well with the girl that I'm really close with, right? So he is in a love triangle with these girls, but he has no interest in dating them. He's not trying to date them, right? He just wants them to be together. I don't remember how this ends. How does this end? And here's the thing. But the interesting part of this, because I just reminded myself what the ending was. The really interesting part of this is that it is a bisexual manga. It is a manga for the bisexuals. The Yuri has a main focus in it, but it is a bisexual manga. And trust me, this is not a super long work. It's only 13 chapters. By the end of it, you don't know who to root for. You start being like, God, they're all kind of cute together. Even the straight couple, right? Even the straight dynamics are kind of cute here. It's fun. Give it a try. It's really good. I like it. That's all you should know. That's all you need to know. I really like it. I'm gonna put it in peak for the sole reason that I think this is the perfect depiction of how you introduce a man into a queer dynamic without taking away from the queer dynamic. because there's a balance, there's a delicate balance to how to do that. There's a very delicate balance to how to introduce a male character into a female queer relationship without it feeling like suddenly the man's feelings and priorities are completely fucking monopolizing that of the women's. Because that's how it goes, right? That's how it goes in a lot of things, where a man becomes an important part of the story and then suddenly everything the women do is not as important. It sucks. It's the worst thing. This one does it well. This one does it really, really good. I seal of approval. Seal of approval. Or. It's the seal of approval. Ooh, listening to the stars. Hey chat. You know how I'm an erotic voice actress? How that is actually like kind of my job description. That is what I say to people when I'm not trying to pretend that I have a more respectable job than I do. When I'm being honest with people, I tell them I'm an erotic voice actress. Patreon.com/Lamus. Listening to the Stars is a Yuri about a girl who's really into audio plays, which are definitely heavily implied to be erotic audio plays. Or at least the kind of stuff that I put on YouTube, right? Like the kind of things that I would put on YouTube, like with kissing and the relationship, is really into like gay or like woman-focused audio role plays. And a Yuri between her and her favorite voice actress, who is hiding the fact that she is that voice actress. Voice actress Yuri. I love it. It makes me happy. Listening to the Stars, the main couple is really fucking good. Is really fucking cute. You're rooting for them. Then other couples come in. It's one of those ones where there's multiple couples that multiple relationships depicted, and they're just as good. They're just as amazing. And it just keeps getting better. Listening to the Stars is peak. Listen. It's really good. It's one of my favorite works. Where do I put it? I'm gonna put it above Always Human. It's that good to me. It's really, really fucking good. Listening to the Stars is great. I really, really enjoy it. There's a lot of it already out. And it's a good... It's an interesting and fun depiction of a voice actor world. It's not quite the same stuff that I do, because this is about people who like rent studios and stuff like that, right? But they are like, they have a manager kind of level of popular, but they are, it's to the point of detailed that a big plot point in this fucking manhwa is that the main girl wants to learn how to also do audios, but isn't very good at doing the fake kissing sounds, which like that stuff. Is not very good at doing that, which by the way, that's just, you kiss your hand to make those sounds. If you didn't know that, now you saw me do it. And then it becomes a whole plot point of just like, well, how am I gonna learn to kiss better? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying about that. That's how you make those sounds? Yeah. Just do that. I also have pretty pillowy lips though, so it's kind of easy to make those sounds. Not bragging, just I have just really pillowy soft lips or whatever, so I don't know. Let me look up the next one. This one. Right, this one. Okay. All right. This one is called How to Love, a Secret That Cannot Be Told. And it is I'm gonna just you'll understand my hesitance immediately. It's about a high school teacher called Saiki Nao. Saiki Nao. You already know where this is going based on high school teacher, who is secretly a hardcore otaku who loves Yuri manga. One day, at a doujinshi convention they participate in, Nao is eager to convey her feelings to Napoleon, an artist she worships. However, it turned out to be a girl from her school, Kuromizuwa Haruka, and moreover, she had to help her. After the event, they decided to go out for a meal at Haruka's suggestion. When she wakes up in the morning, there is Haruka in her bed? High school teacher with a high school student. That's a lawsuit. It's a shame because I feel like this is one of those things where if it wasn't a high schooler, it would have been better. If it wasn't a high school teacher, but a college teacher instead, or something, it would have been better. But because it's not, it just feels very illegal and problematic to watch. Especially because the way that they draw the high schooler, they are making no efforts to conceal the fact that she is a high schooler. I do not quite fuck with this one. I read it, yeah, but I don't quite fuck with it. I'm gonna put it in just okay. By the virtue of that, it's not the worst thing I've ever read, but I don't really support the level of age gap that we're doing here. It's just not a comfortable one to read. It's not a comfortable type of dynamic to read. Alright, then there's Only For You, which is firmly just okay. It is very much a just okay. So Only For You, for the record, is an erotica. It is... where am I gonna put this? Yeah, I like it there-ish. So it's an erotica, Only For You. It's about this... You can kind of tell what kind of work it's going to be just by the art style alone, which might be a kind of the most scathing review I can give it. But Only For You is about this woman who's... the MCX being her boyfriend felt so unnecessary. I mean, that's kind of the big part of the plot, right? That's kind of the big point of the story. It's just not a very good story. Right? I think it's a very mid story. It's basically the main character's brother has a girlfriend who he broke up with and keeps crying to her about all of the things that she loves and how he is would be such a good boyfriend if she just gave him another shot, and basically learns everything about this girl. And then meets the girl and starts using all of the information that her brother provided through all the crying to seduce her. It's just a very average plot. It's just super average. I don't really even think that it's like that terrible. I just don't think the plot's very good. It's a very mid plot device. Yeah. It's just a mid story, man. There's nothing really that interesting or appealing about it to me. The sex isn't even that good. It's it's just weird roleplay all the time. You know, they're kind of unhinged people. And then the weird like house cleaner caretaker relationship. It's just, there's weird stank all over it to me. Like I love erotica, and it's just so plain. It's incredibly basic. There's nothing interesting happening. All right, The Garden of Plantus is a very interesting work. Wonder Bread of erotica. Yeah. The Garden of Plantus is a very interesting work that falls into a category of media that I like to call angel horror. It's that kind of biblical, realistic angel interpretation where it's a romance between a girl and an angel, except when I say angel, I'm talking about cosmic being of like light and justice who is definitely not human, who is definitely not supposed to be here, and who does disturbing shit on the regular and clearly does not have human values. If you like that kind of monster content, if you like that kind of, this is a fucking cosmic horror that is beautiful, but very much I am in danger, this is a good work. Mostly the artwork is just really fucking pretty. Like 100 heads coming from 100 necks, all praising Allah. Think like blinding light and a million hands like level, and like fucking with your mind, like fucking with your memory, and making people just be forgotten. That kind of level of cosmic horror, where it's just like they clearly do not obey the same laws. It's very good Yuri, I think, so far. It's disturbing. I just like the take on angels so much that I'm gonna put it in good Yuri, but the story I don't think has really gotten to a point yet where I can really declare it to be really, really good Yuri, because the actual Yuri hasn't really gotten started, if that makes sense. But the idea of it is really, really cool, and I think the art is really like impressive and like good horror art. I really like it, so I do recommend it. I do definitely recommend Garden of Plantus. I'd consider putting it in things to watch out for, but I think it's been going for long enough that I can like say that the art quality is consistent enough to be worth the watch or worth the read. How I went viral after forgetting to turn off my stream. This is we were talking about this one before, the VTuber one. So this is a Yuri about a VTuber, VTuber legend. How I went viral after forgetting to turn off my stream. It's a VTuber comedy where she is this VTuber who is like a say-so VTuber, right? So if you're not familiar with the term say-so, it's like innocent and wholesome, right? She's this wholesome, innocent say-so YouTuber who, you know, tries to be very composed and very elegant and cute on stream, and is not really hitting her audience that, like, it's not really getting like a really big audience because of it. It's not really, you know, is not crazy popular. She's a third generation in her like in her live like company. She's not really doing it. She's definitely not hitting her stride. But then she forgets to turn off her stream and gets belligerently drunk in her room, where she's completely like mannerless and like a complete degenerate drunk, swearing and doing shit like that, which immediately makes her incredibly popular. Immediately makes her go viral, where basically people go, haha, this fucking drunk, right? Like, she goes insane after just one can of this stuff, and she's like obsessed with a certain type of alcohol, like a certain type of beer, so she just becomes like the unofficial sponsor for this beer brand. Like the, or it's like a hard lemonade or something, I don't know. It feels like a fucking sponsorship manga. It might be a sponsorship manga. I don't fucking know, honestly. But it would be a smart business move, I'll say, if it is a sponsorship manga. And I would not be mad about it. Because, you know, it would work on it. It would work on me to some level because I was curious to try this drink. Because she likes it so much. The advertising worked on me, you know? I think it's really good. I think it's really fun. By virtue of me being in this... Loki, I thought the series was going to go into how the studio encourages her clear alcohol problem. Maybe they will still at some point. I don't know. Is it still going? I think it's still going, right? But yeah, by virtue of me being... It's not a sponsorship series. That's insane because it should be. It really should have been. But respect nonetheless. Respect nonetheless. I guess they don't want to like advertise like alcohol abuse, right? Or alcoholism. I guess that's not the best thing for your brand if you do that. It's what they call it, Stro Zero, not Strong Zero. I see. Very interesting. Which is the actual drink. Gotcha. I got you. Yeah, but I think by virtue of the type of work that I do, and the kind of audience that I know I have, I think you all will enjoy this one as much as I enjoyed it. Is it peak? I'm gonna put it in good Yuri. I don't think it's peak. I don't think it's quite peak. I think it isn't quite... It doesn't quite have the Yuri, like, flavor that I want to make it a peak work, but I do think it's really, really fun. I do think it's really, really fun, and it is close to peak, but I don't know if I would quite put it in that, like, S tier of... I think it's, like, in solid A tier. You know what I mean? Solid A tier. Mm-hmm. All right. It doesn't have a romantic relationship. No, exactly. It's kind of just VTuber slice of life, which I can respect, because VTubers by nature are always flirting with each other, which makes it inadvertently queer. But like, you could have written any story about VTubers and it still would have been queer because of that. Because if you aren't accurately depicting VTubers, like sapphic flirting is implied. Because even the straight ones do it, man. Even the straight VTubers do that shit. Omega Heroine wants her alpha villainess. Who likes a Megaverse? Who likes a Megaverse? Who's here for that fucking pheromone? Like, that fucking rut having... fucking what do they call it, going into heat level fucking Omegaverse shit. Who's here for that? Because if you're here for that, this shit is what you're looking for. This is what you're looking for. It's a reincarnation story, I'm pretty sure, if I recall, about a girl who reincarnates into the villainess of this Omegaverse story, and basically decides to not do that shit anymore. And then it just turns into an Omegaverse romance story. I feel like, here's the thing with Omegaverse, unless it does something like really subversive, I feel like it's really, really easy to recommend an Omegaverse piece to anyone, because it's just like, hey, so you know Omegaverse, the whole thing of Omega plus Alpha, that... if you say that, you know everything you need to know what kind of work it's going to be and what kind of dynamic they're going to shape, right? Like, that's everything you need to know. And if you're into that, you're going to be into it. If you like Omegaverse, Alpha Omega kind of stuff, you know that you're going to like a lot of the works that do that well. I think it works best when it does some weird gender politics stuff. Agreed. When they get interesting and world buildy about it, I think it does work its absolute best. But yeah, this is just a really good Omegaverse work. Is it peak to me? It is also one of the better Omegaverse works that I've read. Like I found some Takawajin vintage Omegaverse. Wow, Takekawa. Cool. Yeah, no, fuck it. If Whispering a Love Song was in here, then this one deserves to be in here too, because I feel like it's on the same kind of level of how much I liked it. Good Omegaverse, peak Omegaverse, just good shit. Just do it. Will the Sea King tip to boat today? A Sea King is apparently a Korean phrase for someone who dates a lot, question mark, like a player. Because it's like, you know, there's plenty of fish in the sea is like the saying. So it's like if you're a Sea King, you're like, you're working your way through fish. It's kind of the idea. Will the Sea King tip the boat today? I think this is one of those system stories, if I recall correctly, where it's just like, what was it? Oh, I remember now. This was like a weird concept. Let me look this up again. Was it this one? No. Not at all. This one. Yeah, seeking is shiny slang for someone who keeps many livers at the same time. Much of like a king of the sea rules over all the fish. So does... Yes, okay. So yeah, it's one of those system stories where this girl gets the title of seeking above her head, which is basically a fucking player who has multiple lovers, and tries to embrace that role. I've only read 2 chapters because this is the only thing that I have been able to find of this. I'm gonna put it in things to watch out for because it could be really good. System type stories, which is basically what I mean when I'm saying like a system story, is it's one of those stories where there's like an RPG style system in the world that it runs off that is trying to maintain the narrative. There's a lot of works like that where it's basically like you are in a game world and there is a system in place that is like a computer program that is controlling the fate of the world, right? That's you see that trope pretty frequently. But yeah, just it's look into it, see if you can find more of it. I think it's still going, question mark. I've only seen 2 chapters of it and then I never saw anything of it again, so we'll see. Destroy It All and Love Me in Hell is peak toxic Yuri. All right, listen to me. Toxic Yuri is incredibly hit or miss for me. I have many times read works that were toxic Yuri and gone, this shit is just kind of makes me sad and it's just an abusive relationship and there's nothing really fun about it anymore, right? Because it's just these 2 people bringing each other down and not in a way that is fun to watch, right? Just in a way that is kind of painful to watch. Destroy It All and Love Me in Hell is toxic Yuri in a way that does make me really interested and excited, because it's toxic Yuri between 2 people who are already very damaged and already very mistreated and find, like, whilst they initially bring out the worst in each other, find a lot of comfort in each other. I like a toxic Yuri when the tragedy of it all and the toxicity of it all and the hurting each other of it all is not a symptom of them being bad people. It's not a symptom of them being narcissistic, evil, selfish people. It is a symptom of them being extremely disturbed and traumatized high schoolers that have terrible lives. And because of that, it makes the story compelling. It makes the actual romance element, like, hold up and be something that you can find yourself, if not rooting for, finding like romanticism in it despite the toxicity of the situation, and rooting for the couple despite the toxicity of the couple. It's really, really fucking fascinating, because it's about this like grade A honors like class president kind of goody two shoes girl in school who tries to help reform this like delinquent in her class. I'm pretty sure. Destroy it all and love me in hell. Let me see what if there's an official synopsis. Kurumi Yoshizawa, the student council president, has excellent grades and an inviting, friendly personality, on the surface at least. In reality, her days are spent struggling against her domineering mother and agonizing over her teacher's expectations. One day, Kurumi reluctantly goes to meet Naoi, her truant classmate, at her homeroom teacher's request to look after her. The situation sours quickly as Naoi sees through Kurumi's facade and makes her animosity clear. On the verge of a meltdown, Kurumi is barely able to stop herself from shoplifting, unaware that she's being recorded by Naoi. Basically, Goody Two Shoes honor student, who feels the pressure of expectation dragging her down big time, being forced into all the situations and having to shoulder all these burdens, trying to reform this truant classmate at the behest of his teacher, has a really triggering encounter with this girl who has not made it easy to convince her, and is really like, you're pretending to be someone you're not, you're pretending to be a good person, you're not a good person. Sets her, like, triggers her into a really destructive state. She goes and shoplifts in like an act of self-harm, right? Because that's effectively what it is. It's self-harm. It's risking her image to like feel like she has control over something. Gets recorded by the truant student who called her for her bullshit. Blackmail ensues, as this truant student delinquent is basically like, I see that you're just like me, and I'm gonna drag you down to my level so that people stop seeing you like the perfect person that you are not. It gets really dark at times. It gets really fucked up at times. But somehow, I still cannot help but think that this couple is really fucking interesting. And I can't help but root for them. In a weird way, right? I like the weird, fucked up, twisted amount of comfort they find in each other and the similarities in their situation. It's a really good work. It's peak. Read it. Destroy It All and Love Me in Hell. Repeat it. Repeat it. Read it. Don't know what I'm saying. Aereo and the Electric Doll is I would say it's good Yuri, because I would feel bad reading a work as beautiful and well built as this, entering a universe as well built as this. Hold on, let me turn down my music a little bit. It's way better than the standard high school, but we're both girls. Yes, exactly. Yeah, Aereo and the Electric Doll is an interesting setting that is post-apocalyptic after like an AI uprising where all electricity is basically seen as taboo and outlawed, as everything returns to like steam and like coal power. It's about this girl who finds an electric doll, aka a remnant of the like AI army's soldiers, like a soldier of the AI army, who she goes around with because they discover that she has the power to charge her up. Like she has these weird electricity powers that she can charge this android with. And because of that, they stick together and they go on adventures, and it is an interesting setting. I wouldn't say that like the romance is the most world-shattering, like it didn't leave me gagged or anything, right? But the world is beautiful and the setting is really interesting, and the design is very well done, and I like the message that it's sending, and I like the story that it's telling. And because of that, I think it's a more sophisticated work. It is a more thoughtful read, right? It's a more there's more to absorb to the setting than your average basic Yuri. It's not an easy read, let's say, but it is a good set. It's just a good, well done story, and I really like it for that. Next one. Just reminding myself of this one. Imagine being able to type. This one is cute. I was confessed to by my beautiful Oshi. Is a really cute concept of just it's a Yuri rom-com manga where an otaku is confessed to by the pretty girl she declares as her Oshi, and they start dating. There it is. That's the concept. That's the manga. That's all you need to know about it. Otaku x popular girl. Plain girl x beautiful girl. Even though I don't really like the concept of the plain girl archetype, right? Because I think it's kind of reductive. I do like when they respect the plain girl, you know? When they say oh, this is the plain girl, but only by the way other people treat her, and not because she's actually not plain. In fact, she's very beautiful, and it just takes someone kind to not care about surface level appearance, right? Stuff like that. This is a really good Yuri. I think it's a really cute Yuri. I think it's absolutely worth reading. I'm gonna put it right up here. I was confessed to my beautiful Oshi. There's only 9 chapters of it, but it's really cute, and I really like the relationship. It's one of those relationships that make me really happy, and I wanted to read more of all the time. Oh my god. I need a drink. I don't have a drink. I need a drink. Soon. Okay, yes. Let me go get a drink real quick, okay? Y'all be good, okay? Y'all be good. I need a drink. I'm dying. I'm thirsty. I'm so thirsty. I'm gonna put him in charge. You might not be able to see him. Yes, he's in charge now. Okay, listen to him. He's in charge while I'm gone, okay? Wait right there. Oh, chat. Oh, chat, I'm back. Oh. I've returned. Oh my god. I have to drink something because I've been talking so much. Oh my god. What one was this about? Oh, was this the tutor one? Hold on. Let me just remind myself of this one. Oh, was it this? Right. I know it now. Okay. Close company. Thank you. Curves of Her and Me is a erotic? Yes. It's an erotic work about a girl who goes to work at a clothing company. And then her boss does measurements for her so that she can model underwear. And falls in love in the process. And then you follow their relationship. And their flirtationship. And everything that happens post that. Because she's really into her boss, but is trying to keep it a secret. This shit's good. This shit's really good. I love this one. It, even though it's an erotica, it feels really like wholesome, right? It feels like a really wholesome erotica in a weird way. But I love when that happens. I love when they make the erotica wholesome. You know, when they make it like a true love story, like it is like an honest to god accurate, like real love story that just makes you feel good and makes you feel happy, and you want to root for the couple, but also erotica and nudity and everything, like Sadistic Beauty side story. I don't really know what you're referencing right now. I don't know if you're talking about a part of the story, or I don't remember it well enough to know what you're talking about. Or if you're talking about something else. Either way. Recommend. Big recommend. Absolutely. Curves of Her and Me. Oh, we're getting there, guys. Look at this. Holy fuck, we're getting there. It's a side story of a series that's completely ass. But the side story is good. Interesting. I might have heard of that. Hold on. Let me... Quick sidetrack. Sadistic Beauty side story A. Oh, yes! I know this one. I do know this one, yes. I wondered why that was called side story. I didn't realize that it was an actual side story of another thing, because it works so well as a standalone. That's so interesting. It's really, really, really interesting. This next one is a doujinshi. I try to keep as many doujinshi off of this list as possible, because if you get started on like reviewing all the Yuri doujinshi as well, and if I don't just limit it to all of just like the really good ones, I'm gonna be here for fucking years, right? Recommending them all to you. So I try to keep it to like actual like running series. Inversion, though, is a quick little 3-chapter doujinshi that is also an erotica. That is just a nice erotica. It's just beautiful art. It's beautiful erotic art, and that's why I'm gonna put it in the degenerate positive, because it's just beautiful. It's beautiful gay sex art. It's beautiful lesbian sex art. Just if you want to look at beautiful artwork of two women having sex, go look at that. That's my review. If you want to look at gay people, beautiful art of gay people having sex, go read Inversion. Okay, thank you so much. Please bully me, Miss Villainess. This is one of the longer running series that I'm reading right now, and boy, I like it. Real Tima art style is goated. Yes, it is. Please Bully Me, Miss Villainess is about a reincarnation story a system type story, like I was talking about earlier, where this girl reincarnates into the villainess of the story, and or is it a reincarnation story? It might not be a reincarnation story. It might just be system is forcing this woman. I think it is though. The system is basically forcing this woman to be a bully, right? The system is basically going, if you don't bully this girl in your class, like if you don't do this terrible thing to this girl in your class, then something really fucking bad is gonna happen. So she's basically continuously threatened and forced into situations where she is the bully and the villainess in this story. But plot twist, the girl that gets bullied is into it. So yeah, she keeps being forced to do all of these terrible things, but because she doesn't want to do them, she pulls her punches, and she always, like, for example, if she is forced to pour milk over her head, afterwards she helps clean her up, right? She's just like, I'm so fucking sorry, I'm gonna help clean you up now, right? Like, I'm so sorry for doing that. That was fucked up of me. And because of that weird dynamic, she realizes that it's like this bullied girl is kind of like, it's a weird thing, right? But she's just like, I can kind of tell that you're not malicious about it, right? She's like, I can kind of tell that you care about me and that you want to be good to me. So I don't really know what she's thinking in that moment, right? It's kind of deranged and delulu, but she must just think that this girl has like a fucking personality disorder or something. As an ever after high lover, I will enjoy this one. Yes, probably. I don't know what she's thinking. Probably think that she has some personality disorder or something, where she just goes into this fugue state where she does terrible things to her. But she's basically like, she starts to want to get bullied by her, right? Because it's basically an advanced form of like flirting for her at that point, because it just becomes sadomasochism. It just becomes masochism, right? And it starts to follow their love story as they navigate that, and then, and this is the best fucking part of the series, intrigue is added in, and it starts to go into a longer extended arc after like the Yuri kind of resolves in a very satisfyingly paced way, to then go, well, now let's explore the world that they're in and add in some intrigue on how they can get their like true ending. It very much feels like playing a game where you get an ending, but then you can keep going to get the true ending, right? And they do that in this manga in a way that is very interesting to me, because if you're just there to see them get together and kiss, then you can go do that, and then you will have that, and you'll be fine, and then you can stop reading. But if you like the manga, you can keep reading, and you can get good plot, and you will not be, like, let down by it at all. It's, please believe me, Miss Villainess, I think... yeah, it's peak, and it goes right with I'm in love with the villainess for me. It's right in that genre, but unlike I'm in love with the villainess, where the villainess is like legitimately not good to people and legitimately kind of a self-centered individual that reforms. Please bully me, Miss Villainess. The villainess is never a bad person. From the start, she's a person that does not want to hurt people and does not want to be like a malicious presence, which I like a lot. I like you very much. Oh. Next one. Super Women in Love, Honey Trap, and Rapid Rabbit. It's what it sounds like. Super Women in Love. It's about rivals to lovers, right? Superheroes ex supervillain, where basically this woman is part of this evil organization of super villains, keeps fighting this girl, but falls in love with her rival. After I think she like unmasks her superhero rival, and then goes, oh no, she's hot, and then joins her side, right? Betrays her evil organization and joins her hero side. Defects basically from her villains, and then they fight her ex-colleagues. It's a cute superhero anime like vibe manga that doesn't super focus on the shonen aspect of superheroes, but very much just focuses on like they're superheroes and they're gay, and here's all their gay ex-colleagues, and it's a fun little story. I think it's finished. It's good, Yuri. I recommend it. I'm gonna put it yeah, sure, like over there. Why not? Another new one. This one is recent. It feels really new. Yuri Panic, an extremely precious affair has begun. Is about a girl. She goes to school. She has an imaginary friend that is her little bird plushie that she carries with her everywhere. But actually, her bird plushie. Let me tell this in the right order. Has an imaginary friend talking bird plushie that she takes everywhere. And the bird plushie is obsessed with Yuri, right? Don't question it. Her imaginary friend is obsessed with Yuri and is like always looking for precious situations, like precious Yuri moments. And then one day, a very pretty deadpan classmate or schoolmate of the protagonist serves her up marriage papers and goes, "Hey, marry me." Her bird companion, her imaginary friend bird, is like, "Oh my god, Yuri is happening to you. You have to do this." And meanwhile, main girl is just like, "I'm not gonna marry you. I don't know you." And then they find out that the bird plushie is actually an alien from the planet, like a planet where Yuri is like an energy source or some shit like that. Like she's a bird from a Yuri planet. Don't question it. She's a bird alien transforming thing from a Yuri planet. Who is like I'm doing a terrible job explaining this. It's an interesting little Yuri about a weird girl who is just like smitten with this random girly. And their relationship developing whilst the mascot side character goes, "Oh, how precious." And that's it. But despite that, because of that, who fucking knows? It's good. It is a good story is the thing. I'm gonna put it right there. Bird alien from Yuri planet is just this chat. Correct. Accurate. I agree with you. Okay, next one. We're getting some good titles this stream. Let me see this one. What was this one again? What was this about? Right. Okay. Welcome to the Red Witch's Mansion. I'm gonna put in things to watch out for because even though it came out like a decent while ago, like 2023, it's been on hiatus for forever. And there's only a few chapters of it out. But basically, girl gets sacrificed to like a witch. Welcome to the Red Witch's Mansion, this is called, by the way. Girl gets sacrificed to a witch, comes to the witch's mansion. The witch just turns out to be this mask, like, mega lesbian. Like this dom mega lesbian. Who is just like, "Yo, what's up?" You know? There's so little to say about this series other than the art style is fucking gorgeous. Because there's, again, 2.5 chapters out, maybe. So it's just about whatever. but it's interesting. The art style's intriguing, and that is enough to like draw me in. But I'm still looking into it. Promise in the Night of Fireworks. This is a Thai work, I think. Is it? I don't remember. Promise in the Night of Fireworks. Viet Thai. Yeah, it's a Thai work. It's a Thai comic. Promise in the Night of Fireworks is, even though there's like 6 chapters translated, which is all like the setup of the story, but the story is basically this girl who has like a pretty distant family, I guess, like a successful family that does not engage with her enough, and she does not get enough attention from, and she goes to this place like to stay in a hotel for a while, in this like place that she does not enjoy being at because she just feels alone and she just feels bitter, until she meets this girl on the beach there, and they kind of develop this pretty sapphic, like gay ass dynamic together, and then they make a promise in the Night of Fireworks, title drop, and then they lose contact for a long time before, after a long while, they reunite in the big city. They meet each other by happenstance again, and they recognize each other, and then it's about their relationship from there. But where the translations of this story are currently is right at the part where where that story is just developing, right? Where they just have met again. So we've had all of the preliminary stuff, and we're just now getting to the actual meat of the story, which is why I'm going to put it firmly in things to watch out for. But just know, if it was any further along in the story, I would put it in good Yuri. Just be aware of that. This is not me going, I cannot make a judgment yet. This is me going, watch out for this one, because it will be good. That's what I'm saying. Idol X Idol story. All right. Let me be real here. All right. Let me be absolutely crystal clear with you. Okay. If you are here to see girls kiss, if you are here for stories that are about girls kissing, Idol X Idol story is not for you. If what you're looking for in your Yuri is just, I want a story that has a bunch of like cute girl designs without there being the problem of like heterosexual romance getting involved in that, I just want these girls and their dynamics between them to develop further and like blossom into something, and then maybe there's kind of like an underlying romance in a main couple. That's this. Okay? It's about this girl who tried to be an idol but gave up on it because of things that happened with her group, and basically gives up on her dream until she meets this younger girl who is just getting into the idol thing and who's extremely passionate about it, and who remembers her from when she was an idol, and basically tells her about this contest that's happening, like this TV show contest where they're gonna put a bunch of aspiring idol girls in like the same spot, and take them around and make them go through challenges in order to become an idol, like reality TV style. And basically drags her along to audition for it. They audition for it together, and then get into this cast of like a bunch of girls, a bunch of idols that go through this idol contest. You don't really get a whole lot of like romance in this Yuri, but you do get a whole shit ton of really well thought out characters that are all girls with their own motivation and their own reasons to want to be idols, and their own struggles in becoming idols. And while you start out this story very much being like, when's this romance gonna start? Eventually you do get to a point where you're just reading it for the idol stuff, and you're just like, whoa, good luck, idol girls. And it is good for that reason, right? It's not typically what I would call like peak Yuri. It's definitely not going in peak. But it's a good work. It's an interesting work. It's a well-developed work. I think it would if this thing gets an anime adaptation at some point, I would watch it, because this would do really well in an anime format. In my opinion, I think it would work very well as an anime. But it's not what you're here for. If you're here for like, I want some good recommendations in order to spice up my Yuri reading, I want some girls kissing, it's not gonna happen. Or at least if it does happen in this fucking manga at any point, I'll be real fucking surprised, because it's not been the main focus. It's mostly just about being an idol. But if you're into that, there you go. This monster wants to eat me is going right to the fucking top of peak immediately. Yeah, that goes in my top 3. This monster wants to eat me is about a girl who wants to die. It's about an orphaned girl whose whole family died in a horrendous accident, and she was the only survivor. And she has been like tired of life ever since, and she wants to die. Until at one point she is on her own by the seaside, and she encounters this water creature that tries to eat her, and she's about to let it happen when this girl from her class, or rather this random girl that reminds her very much of the ocean, murders the shit out of the thing trying to kill her, and is basically like, I'm not gonna let anything eat you, because I'm going to eat you. But the problem is, right now, you are unappetizing to me. Because right now, you don't want to live, you don't have a love for life, and you taste that when you eat someone. So before I eat you, I want you to want to live. I want you to love life again. And then, only then, when you no longer want to die, will I eat you. Because basically, this girl is just like, please eat me, right? Kill me, eat me, I want to die. And she's just like, I will only do so when you no longer want to die. But I'm not going to let you die, and I'm not going to let anything else kill you. And basically drags her along being like, I promise I will kill you. I promise I will kill you eventually, but only if you like go along with me and like talk to me and stuff like that. And it's this weird toxic dynamic where it is like this incredibly tragic, like sad, depressed girl and this monster who protects her from the constant assaults from monster that she continues to experience. Like, monsters wants to eat, all monsters want to eat her so fucking bad, and she continues to get protected by this mermaid, like carnivorous, monstrous mermaid. The designs in this are very well done. The art in it is beautiful. I think the story is really like touching and well executed. The main couple is like really fucking good. It has the exact right balance of like angst and redemption, and the dark elements of this story do not detract from the light parts. And there's not like really a silly, it's still ongoing. It's not really like a silly story, but there is romance and goodness in there, right? And because of that, I do really stand behind it. It's There's 48 chapters that I have read translated. And yeah, it's just good. It's just really fucking good. I'm not gonna say anything more about it. It's peak fucking Yuri. It's one of the best titles I know. Please read This Monster Wants to Eat Me. It's just that good. I really, 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 really recommend it. Flower of Youth is a story about these two like high school friends that had tension back then too, reuniting after one of them has become a pop star and the other has lived the life where they have been like married and have a kid but are separated now, right? Where it's basically like single mother with childhood friend Yuri, who is also a pop star. I don't really need to say anything else because that's kind of all I really want to say about it. That and the fact that I am putting it in good Yuri. Right next to Few Across Worlds. That's all I'm going to say about it. Motherhood. That too. Good motherhood. Amasaya is on here because I keep up with it, but it's barely a story. It's again one of those things where it's just panels of illustrations, like it's like a webcomic illustration kind of thing, but of this existing couple that you just follow around. It's fine. It's nothing special. It's just panels of pretty art. I'm gonna put it right next to Shino and Ren because it's the same kind of thing, you know? Foxes Always Lie is a fun little story about a fox spirit who is trying to graduate from like magical monster. It's just whatever the kink the author was thinking about. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Foxes Always Lie. It's about this fox demon fox spirit who's trying to graduate from her like fox spiritual monster academy. And the way that they do that is by making a mortal fall in love with them. Like seducing a mortal is how they graduate. So this fox girl goes out into the world and is just like, I'm gonna make someone fall in love with me. And then when she finds her target, one of the instructors, one of the teachers at her college, like one of the professors at her college, she's like, that one, I'm gonna make that one fall in love with me. Not knowing that that professor is also a fucking fox spirit that is much older than her. So this clumsy fox girl tries to seduce this much older fox woman, excuse me, thinking that she's a mortal human. And this other fox spirit is just like, I see what she's doing. I know why she's doing it. And I could just tell her that that is useless. That's a useless pursuit because it wouldn't count. I'm not immortal. But that would also blow my cover. And I don't really want to tell her that I am also one because I don't really trust her. But also, I don't know. Maybe it'll be good to let her practice on me. Maybe it'll be good to let her try. Which is pretty hot. I don't know. It's pretty hot. It's good. It's a good Yuri. It's a good story. Yes. Likey. Me put like on this. put it there. Bloodstained Ice Cream is about a it's a Yuri story about a girl who meets a half zombie girl, a girl who is half human and her dad's a zombie. Which is a crazy concept, but that is what it is. Her dad's a zombie, so she's a half zombie, and sometimes she succumbs to her zombie ways, and the only way to stop her is through some gay shit, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check that. Or there it is. You're so gay right now. I'm happy for you. Class rep Minagishi Hinata is saved from a traffic accident by the new transfer student Nugutsuki Shion, who survives the car crash. It is revealed she's half human and half zombie. However, the impact from the crash breaks Shion's special apparatus that keeps her heart beating, and if Shion's heart stops for even a moment, she'll become a full zombie. The only way to prevent that from happening is for Hinata to get Shion's heart pounding, as it's basically like the only person who can get her heart pounding on a naturally is this other girl, which is incredibly gay, as she basically has to be like, well, how are you gonna get her heart racing in order to make sure she doesn't devolve into full zombiedom? And it just turns into this fucking Yuri where whilst her heart's getting fixed, even her parents are just like, you can get her heart beating, right? Throws her at him like do gay stuff quick. Quick before she becomes a zombie. It's great. It's cute. It's a very funny, like, silly zombie, like, zombie joke Yuri. They don't take themselves seriously. This story is very silly. It's very tongue-in-cheek. I think it's just one of those things that is just enjoyable. It's fun. It's silly. It's cute. It's worth a read. It's worth a silly little read. All's nice. Let me check that one again. Oh, right, this one. So Florida Woman mentioned it before. Koreans really love college-age girls love like college-age stories because they can drink alcohol. This is a prime example of one of those stories. This is about a timid college student who becomes an absolute, like, womanizer when she gets drunk, and she's a complete lightweight. But then because of social pressures at a drinking party that she is at, and trying to impress some people at her college, she gets caught in the atmosphere and gets drunk from her one glass, and then seduced the girl that helped her out while she was in a drunken state, who, by the way, is this confident, extroverted mega lesbian. So it's timid nerd with extroverted lesbian who was seduced while timid nerd was drunk. It's pretty good. Good concept. Fun execution of it. I do love a drunken mistake. I know that it's like a consent thing. I know that it's not ideal, but I cannot help it. I love a drunken mistake. It's always fun. It's good. Drunken mistakes are just they just got a certain je ne sais quoi, you know? It's got a certain je ne sais quoi. The Villainess's Bride is a story about giggling and kicking my feet. You're adorable. Oh, thank you. It's so sweet. Thank you so much. Don't know where that came from, but thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I'm just doing Yuri Tier List. It's not about me. Hello. Anyway, The Villainess's Bride is a story about classic, like, Otome game concept of the villainess get exiled, right? Like, the villainess of the story gets like the fiance, like the engagement gets annulled, the villainess gets exiled to some fucking part of the world that no one lives in. That has already happened in this story. She's still kind of in denial about it, where she's just like, I don't want to be here. I'm gonna find a way for me to be able to go back. Like, I'm gonna prove my fucking innocence or prove my worth or whatever. And she's basically like trying to find a way to get back, but everyone there is trying to keep her there because they're like, no, this is your fucking punishment. You're gonna stay here forever. Like, this is just where you live now. She tries to escape at some point, gets lost in the fucking snow, is about to die until she gets rescued by the rumored wolf clan, like monster werewolf clan in the area, which actually turns out to be just a tribe of wolf people. And she gets rescued by the leader of that tribe, who is like, you're my wife. I have claimed you as my wife, so you're my wife now. And she's like, no, I'm fucking not. And then is stuck there, right? Is stuck there because she can't go back, and then realizes, like, wait, if I get these super powerful hunter wolves on my side through this betrothal, then I can take revenge on the people that sent me here. I twitch. Yeah, I'm your wife. Sure. And then she gets invested in the tribe, like, gets dragged into being not an accomplice, gets dragged into helping at the tribe and teaching them to, like, translate texts and read and stuff, which is just prime material for, oh, you're gonna learn to appreciate the culture and learn to appreciate the way of life, and it'll definitely be more about more than just revenge towards the end, right? That's where this is headed. Villainess's Bride, it's not very far along yet, but I like it. So I'm gonna recommend it because this is how I am. I'm so generous. All right, next one. Help me relax, Yui-san. I'm gonna put this in degenerate positive. Why? This is a story about office ladies. They're both adults, thank God. Where it's all about massaging, right? It's all about massages and relaxation methods, where one office girl is basically like, God, I'm so tired. I feel so awful. My shoulders are so stiff. I'm gonna die. And another one who knows a lot. Off topic, but are you going to do a stream says have you on Date Everything? Oh, the new game Date Everything? I've thought about it. I'm trying not to spend too much money right now. But I have thought about streaming that. I might at some point. It's not on my, like, priorities right now. But I might do that at some point. Yeah. But Help Me Relax, Yui-san is basically about her colleague that knows a lot about massaging and relaxation and stuff, doing that to her, and then being gay about it. The reason I'm putting it in degenerate positive is not necessarily because it's like that terrible of a thing. It's just that the way that they do it, it's very indulgent. Like, it's not the one that I selected for the tier list, but the cover art of it for a long time was just giant zoomed in picture of foot being massaged with girl, like, above it, like, with like an ecstatic pleasure face. And I was just like, this is appealing to a fetish, and that underlying tone is throughout the entire work, right? if that gives you any indication. It's not terrible. It's not super bad. I have definitely read other works that are way more egregious about it, but I'm gonna put it in positive degeneracy because it's like, it's good. It's fun. It's a good manga. It's a good romance, but sometimes they are like, all right, okay, bud. Okay, buddy. This is getting indulgent. Speaking of indulgence. Show Me Your Bust is weird little thing. Weird little story. All about I remember the synopsis to this one being pretty good. So I'm gonna read that to you because I think that the synopsis can do it a much better job explaining it than I can. It's an erotica, FYI. Just so you know, it's an erotica. University student Kang Ji-ho accidentally saw Sean Woo-Hui's breasts at a drinking party and avoids her because she couldn't resist the desire to see them again. Just give it to me straight. Why are you avoiding me? If I tell you straight up, won't you get angry? No, if you don't tell me, I'll kill you. I mean, when I look at you, I keep wanting to see your boobs. At first, she thought it was a joke, but when she realized it wasn't, Woo-Hui decided to pull a mean prank. Shall I show you my boobs? Do you want to touch it? So I'm putting this in degenerate positive. Because it's an indulgent, messy little gay romance story that is about a girl who's just obsessed with tits. She just really wants to see this girl's tits, and I respect it because me too. That's all. That's the whole reason. I'm like, yeah, same girl. Absolutely. Oh my god. So this next one is one of the Guangdong Industrial Complex works, which is a series of works. I have only read some of them. A lot of them are boys' love, and I'm not really interested in that. It's not really the kind of stuff I read, but some of them are girls' love. They're all erotica. They're all kind of unhinged. The one I'm rating here is the one called Barrel, Guangdong Industrial Complex Barrel, which is a spy who... I'm just gonna read the fucking description. A member of the corporate organization, the Jinhong faction, Nam Wonho, is a spy that was planted by the rival organization, the Jeokyeon faction. In the midst of stealing supplies to secure funds for her faction and to manipulate their books, under the orders of the Jinhong faction's boss, she was tasked in monitoring his daughter, Chun Hee-min. Hee-min, who is unknown to the outside world, confuses Yunho through her existence. Behind closed entrance door of a spacious room where the air is dry and nothing but the scent of the two people living there filling it, the two of them build a peculiar bond. But as emotions deepen and shake their reason, the two of them end up making choices that cannot be reversed. To sum that up, girl from one criminal family gets sent to spy on another criminal family. The criminal family that she is recruited in to spy on them appoints her with a special position, which is guard the boss's daughter, where her job description is be in the room, like make sure that she doesn't do anything crazy, but you are not allowed to be friends with her, you are not allowed to interact with her, you are not allowed to touch her. Obviously the daughter of the boss has different ideas about that, and is kind of this disturbed individual who has been forced, like stuck in this same fucking room the whole time, as they make a really weird connection with each other that is really dramatic and very sexually charged. This shit is good. This shit is good, Yuri. This shit is good, Yuri. It's straight up is better. It's too good for degenerate positive. Like, it's just too good for it, I feel like. Right? But then again, no, yeah, no, it is. I'm gonna put it like right there. Yeah, I recommend it. Worth a go. Worth a shot. Next up, Kiss Me in the Dark of Night. Relatively newer work. Is about like a spiritualist exorcist. Very much like a Taoist exorcist, which I always like the aesthetic of. I always like when they do that stuff. I like the shamanism of it all, especially because it's closer to my brand of spiritualism. Who is called in to a case of an exorcism as a coffin is suddenly dug up in the back garden of a client. And then in that coffin is a somewhat Western-looking individual who she tries to exorcise and can't because she learns it's a vampire. And for some reason, her exorcism methods do not work on this vampire. But this vampire is just like, yo, can I come with you, basically? As this exorcist is like, okay, you gotta come with me until I figure out a way to exorcise you. And then, you know, that idea is obviously quickly abandoned as they just start working together, and it just becomes a thing of like, fine, you can stay with me, as long as you like accompany me on exorcisms and like work with me and stuff. And she's just like, bet. And then she tries to become a streamer for some reason. That's also an element. She just wants to be like a live, like a liver for some fucking reason to make money, I guess. It's relatively new. I don't really know. I'm gonna put it in guilty pleasure because I don't really think it is like the peak of media. I don't really think it's that well written, but I do enjoy it quite a bit. So I'm gonna put it there because it is a guilty pleasure one for me, and I do think it is very likable as a story. I just don't think it's like the best story or anything. Oh boy, okay. Attacking the girls' dormitory of the Demon King is trash. Don't bother with it. This story starts out good, right? So the story, let me read this. A female assassin from the modern era transmigrates into a cheesy Western-themed fantasy otome game and needs to make the demonic male leads fall in love with her in order to save the world. Bent on returning to reality, she begins to train the assassination skills of the evil second female lead, Lisa, in the hope that Lisa will kill her. But because of her stubbornly silly personality and various types of ambiguous physical contact, she made Lisa fall in love with her. Initial concept of this manga. It's good. She transmigrates into this otome game, and this otome game has a mechanic where you can like have a positive bar with people and you can have like a negative bar with people, and if someone's negative bar gets like big enough for one of the male leads, they turn into the Demon King, right? So she's trying to balance the affection levels of all of these men so they don't turn into the Demon King and she doesn't have to go to like demon war, right? And in the process of doing so, figures it's a good idea to, you know, help out, like talk to the one of the villain girl of this otome game, and in the process, love blooms, and it's a good story up until that point. And then for some fucking reason, they decide, all right, bored of this, and then they just fucking do some weird timey-wimey bullshit where suddenly like the world is reset or some shit, and like one person's, like the transmigrated person's memories are all taken or some shit, and then the girl, like the villainess, is suddenly this weird anti-hero, and it's so fucking confusing, and it lost me so fast, so hard. Never have I ever seen a manga or like a story, like a manhwa, stray from its original like idea and concept so hard, so fast, and so unpleasantly. I truly believe that that is some of the worst writing decisions that I have seen in manhwa or any other Yuri work for that matter. The complete turnaround in a desperate attempt to like keep the story relevant and keep this, what they said, like in a desperate attempt to keep the story interesting and fun, it's just like, it's bad. It's just not good. I cannot recommend it. It's just bad. I don't like it. It's just straight up not good. I don't fuck with it at all. It's a damn shame. Is what that is. All right, next one. Pastel Love. I think this is a Thai comic again. Pastel Love is what I would call a real basic Yuri. I'm gonna put it in just okay because that is what it is. I'm gonna put it like right there. So it's hello Sahi. I'm doing good, thank you. Pastel Love is a comic about, it's just like Thai schoolgirls fall in love with each other and hold hands, right? There's really not that much interesting about it. At some point they go through like a content creator arc or something, but it's just like half Western girl with money but no attentive family falls in love with goody two-shoes honor student or something, right? And like it's just like a very simple girls love romance. The art style is cute but not that impressive. The writing is just fine. There's no real like plot points that have really shocked me or anything. It is very basic and like basic Yuri that does not really innovate, but is interesting nonetheless. The moon on a rainy night is peak Yuri. I was talking earlier about how I was talking about how disability representation in any media is always one of those things where it needs to be handled with a certain amount of respect, but not to a level where it others, right? Disability representation in media is always a delicate balance where you just need to understand what the lived experience of a disabled person that you're, like the type of disabled person that you're trying to depict, what their lived experience is like, and what the disability actually looks like, and how it actually affects your life, and what it actually limits you in doing, but also what you are perfectly able to do regardless. The Moon on a Rainy Night is a story about a deaf girl who is really antisocial, who used to be like a big piano player and now can't anymore because she's deaf. But the thing is, they portray this disability like this manga has a really soft spot in my heart because they just portray this disability so well, and so like I feel accurately for how some people experience it, because they go over all of the elements of like the shame of having to wear a hearing aid for someone of like high school age, right? How like during certain days, if it's like really humid outside or something, like her ears hurt, how She just has like a soundproof studio, right, in the back garden that she just hangs out in constantly, because it's nice to not have like a bunch of sound around that like hurts her ears, because it like puts pressure on the ears she just can't hear, right? It's like they go into the details, and the manga explains it so much better than I could. And is this really like touching Yuri, where the relationship dynamic between the main two girls is legitimately so very good and full of understanding and empathy, and it is just a really good exploration of what it's like to be a disabled person that has to rely on other people's help sometimes, right? And how difficult that can be, and especially growing up as a teenager, how difficult that can be, and how easy it is to be misunderstood, and how easy it is to be like judged for it. Like I feel like this manga also really tackles like really well the experience of being disabled, and having someone say that you're like claim that you're doing it for attention, right? Just because you're functioning, right? That whenever you are functioning and you're not totally helpless, then you're doing it for attention, or you're abusing your disability to like manipulate people, right? That kind of thing. Like it goes into all of those problems that disabled people face, but it also adds this really good element of romance and understanding to it that just makes it so peak, so good, really cute, really good like couple to root for. Love it very much. Every time that this manga gets a new translated page, I get so happy seeing it. It's so legitimately good. It makes my day. Okay, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 more, and then I'm done for tonight. All right. Because I can feel my throat starting to get tired. There we go. Is this the one? Yes, okay. So this one is an anthology. I Want to Be Close to You Student Yuri Anthology, which, if you don't know what that is, Student Yuri Anthology. Anthologies are like a bunch of separate individual stories of a same theme, but with different characters and everything, like just completely separate stories. I Want to Be Close to You is about, it's a bunch of one-shots. And I Want to Be Close to You one-shots are all about girls that are like sitting next to each other in class, or like close to each other in class. And the Yuri that develops between them. I have tried to avoid putting anthologies in here as well, because I try to mainly stick to series, because they're more cohesive works and there's more to be said about them, right? There's more that I can like get into in my recommendations when there's more to work with, and it's not just a bunch of incohesive like stories. But I included this one because this one consistently delivered very good Yuri one-shots that I really, really liked. And it hooked me at like the first story in the anthology really hooked me. So the I Want to Be Close to You Student Yuri Anthology, with the first one being The Girl Sitting Next to Me, is what it's called, I think. It's just really good. It's just good Yuri. I wanted to include it because I felt like it was a waste not to recommend it. It was kind of like that level for me, where I was just like, I don't want to make people go without reading this. But I also don't want to include too many. So this is one of the exceptions that I included. Let's see. This one was interesting. The Forbidden Lust of a Frigid Girl is an erotica. I've only read like 3 chapters of it. But but it's about a 22-year-old asocial girl who is like hypersexual, I guess. And she's this hypersexual girl who uses sexuality and like erotica and porn and stuff as an escapism, but is terrible at expressing her needs in relationships, so she sabotages all the relationships she's a part of until she meets a girl that like she has to turn it all around for, and she's motivated to get better for in her communication, in her desires and what she needs. The Forbidden Lust of a Frigid Girl. I'm gonna put it in degenerate positive because what I have seen has been pretty good. I just don't really know much of it yet. I want to see more of it first. I don't really have much of a basis to go off of yet. Summer Trend is really good. Is a good Yuri. Is it peak? Not quite. But it's good. Like, it's very, very good. Summer Trend is about this girl who is in love with her older childhood friend who she had kind of like a big sister little sister relationship with I know, hold on before you make a judgment. They were like, they're not related in any way, but something happened with like the younger one's family, and I think they were neighbors or something. Like, it was very kind of girl next door, and she was basically like an honorary part of the family, and then something happened, so she actually started living with them. I think it is like a situation like that. And those feelings, right, were never explored while they were living together. They were there in the younger one, but like not very like well understood. Then they went their separate ways. They started living like separate adult lives, and only when this older like childhood like sister friend figure came back into the picture, back into her life, does the actual Yuri start, which is the best way that you can do that without creating like adding problematic elements to it. Like a family, yeah, like a very close family friend, right? Very close family friend Yuri is the best way to put this, but with also like a small age gap element, right? There is an age gap element to it as well. It's this story about how obviously this older person initially is also very quick to reject, right? Like, mild spoilers, but she struggles with this too, because she's stuck in that sister dynamic. The other one is clearly in love with her. It's about their relationship and the way that it develops as they figure out and navigate around these feelings that one of them has, and seeing if she is able to see her in a different light. Like, there's just a level of like trying to understand each other and respecting each other's feelings that I really, really appreciate. And I like seeing characters that are aware of the power dynamics involved and aware of like ethics and stuff involved in their relationships, and actively like think about them and consider them as they go along. I like that in a character. I find that very appealing in a character, and for that reason, Summer Trend is a very good Yuri. So, you know, let her cook. Exactly. Yes. Okay, so, you know, my number 2 pick, Can't Defy the Lonely Girl. A Bouquet for the Lonely Girl is just a bunch of one-shots that are a spin-off from Can't Defy the Lonely Girl. So obviously they're going to go right next to it. If you want to know more about it, you just gotta find where I reviewed that. Which, by the way, don't worry, at some point I'm gonna make like a proper recommendations video where I go through all my recommendations. So, you know, like the top categories here, I go through those specifically, not going about the just okay ones and like some other ones. And I will go over them in a more structured manner. So don't worry, there will be an easier way to look them up. You don't have to scour through the VODs. But if you want to before then, you are free to do so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more. Okay. Mirror of Innocence. What was this about again? Was this the weird one? I think this was a pretty odd one. Yeah, I want to experiment with that long form content. This one's the weird one, right? Yeah, so basically this writer girl inherits a job from her father where she goes to work for a very powerful immortal woman who handles like, it was like a spiritual investigator of some kind. And as they solve cases together, feelings between them develop. I think it's fine. I didn't really think of it as like that. Like, the concept is really good. The execution feels like they have a lot of ideas and not very much time or patience to explore them all. So it just kind of feels like there's a lot going on all the time, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it does leave you kind of unsatisfied and sometimes confused. At least personally, that's how it was for me. It was just kind of, yeah, it's just kind of like, okay, right? Too many things, too little time. Yeah, that's kind of what it felt like for me. All right. The Wolf Eaten by Little Red Riding Hood is gonna go in guilty pleasure for me. I finished doing my nails after 5 hours. I'm going for a late night snack now. Good job, little gnome. Proud of you. The Wolf Eaten by Little Red Riding Hood is gonna go in my guilty pleasure corner because it is fluff content. It's complete fluff content. It is just like very mildly suggestive, but it's so lighthearted, right? It is so simple and it is so innocent in how it tries to be suggestive, right? When you read hardcore like erotica and pornographic works, this one is just not. It feels really cute in the way that it tries to be suggestive in a weird way. It's just a cute little wolf girl romance. And that's pretty much it. It's just a cute little wolf girl romance. If you want like some fluff content, it's still going. It gets updated pretty regularly. And it's just silly cute times. She's Bobby, exactly. Oh yeah, right. Gentle Flutters is only a 9-chapter thing, so I'm just going to read the synopsis. I'm going to rank it, and I'm going to move on because it's all you need to know. Gentle Flutters, aka Tremble, is about... By day, a respected executive, Hei Yao, spends her nights acting cutesy and baby-talking her gaming Laogong husband, only to find out that Laogong is an office worker in her own company. A female one, mind you. So it's just... It's one of those like online relationships where there's an anonymity involved, and she like flirts and baby talks and is real cutesy towards her gaming online husband in this RPG until she finds out that there's a woman playing that guy. That guy's played by a woman, and she's been baby talking, a employee, like someone who she is her boss. She's been baby talking one of her employees. It's good. It's good. Good Yuri. Put it like there. Haruno Regista, sports anime, gay soccer girls. Girl who was like a pro player, I think, but got an injury, so had to stop playing. Meets a girl who's really passionate for soccer and wants to, like, put together a soccer team for her school. And in the process, reignites the injured girl's passion for soccer, even though she can never get to the level she was at before. Cute little sports anime. If you like sports Yuri, then you'll like this. That's all I have to say about it. If you like sports anime, if you like soccer anime, soccer Yuri, that's what it is. Enjoy. Finally, Disgraced Witch and the Cross-Dressing Princess. It's really good. Is it peak? Not quite. But it is very, very good. I'm gonna put it right there. It's about this woman who can do like this dark magic, which is very, very frowned upon, right? Like it's demonized, like dark magic is demonized in this setting. So that's where the Disgraced Witch comes from. The other part of this is here. Vilified by others as a witch, Everest, the youngest daughter of the House of Bradley, is engaged to Mark, the fifth prince of the Kingdom of Klengel. When he abruptly announces that their engagement is broken off, Everest is plunged into despair. However, someone reaches out to her instead, the cross-dressing crown prince of a neighboring country. This is the story of a red-haired witch who manipulates shadows and a cross-dressing crown prince who is serving as a body double for her missing older brother. The curtain rises on a fantasy romantic comedy of a girl being teased by a princess. So that is already a fantastic, like, summary, but also I want you to understand this cross-dressing crown prince has such strong trans mask vibes to me. Like, it's not said explicitly, it's not even that strongly implied, it's a vibe thing where I'm just like, you've got gender vibes. This woman has gender vibes. It is a Yuri, because it's not like a full trans mask thing. It's just one of those things where I'm like, I feel like in a modern setting, you would be a they, them, right? You would be some kind of they, or maybe like even a he, him lesbian, right? Like you would be some kind of queer who is very comfortable with masculinity, is what it feels like. It's a good romance. It's girl prince. Yeah, so no, it's like legitimately people address her. Yeah, butch on tea. Yeah, you get it. Not necessarily, yeah, maybe a bit more twinky than butch on tea. Not necessarily butch on tea, but more like lesbian who is also a twink. Does that make sense? Like lesbian who will get top surgery. That's kind of the vibe for this one. But other than that, it's just really a cute story. And like I like their dynamics of both being like misfits and both not feeling like they fit into the roles that they have been assigned in very opposite ways, and that there's also a lot of like misrepresentation of magic and a lot of like traditional stuff that they have to fight against, right? Like tradition, both in the sense of like the whole reason that they can be together is because this prince is people think that this is a guy, but it's actually a woman in drag, basically. And if they knew that they were a woman, then people would frown on their relationship, but also people already frown on their relationship because one of them is a fucking shadow witch. Like, there's a lot of layers to it. It's a very good one. I think you just should read it and then make your own opinion about it. Oh, my voice is tired. Drag King representation, yeah. We're almost through, guys. We've got these many to go. How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just like 14, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yep. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 by 14. I'm gonna pull up a calculator because I'm a coward. 12 times 14. 168 titles to go. And then we are through all of the works that I had gathered here today. I think at some point I will, once we've gone through all of this, go through and try to add everything. Yeah, 168, thank you. Try to add whatever I've missed and try whatever titles that have come up on these streams or in chats or things that have been recommended and stuff. I'll add in everything that I think needs to be added into the list. I'm gonna do that after we've completed everything, because that way, if it resets the whole thing for me to add stuff to it, I will at least have gone through it all, you know, without having to go through and put it all back in place first. But we're getting there, y'all. Looking at some of these titles, some of the ones that are still coming up, I'm wondering, have we had all of my like top picks yet? Or are there still ones in here that I'm like, gah? There's definitely still some in here. A couple. Yeah. A couple, but I think we have covered my absolute favorites at this point. There's definitely some that I really like in here still, though. But some of my absolute favorites, I think, have mostly been covered. But there's definitely some really good ones, so worth sticking around for. I'll eventually send you a Google Doc of things I've read that aren't on the list. I would love that. I would love that so much, Florida Woman. Wait, I think you have the Takawaga Jin Omegaverse. Takekawa? Really? What's it called? Do you know what it's called? Because I might know the vibe that you're implying. The very far bottom left corner. Let me give you a bit more. There you go. Do you see it? Fragments of Love. Oh, it's been a while since I read that one. Is that a Megaverse? Let me see. Takamiya Jin. It's definitely interesting work. Either way, that can be covered another time. I'll cover that some other day. Ugh. Point is, we're working through it for like, what is that? Let's see, 168, 500 minus 168. We've covered 332. It's You Are My Soulmate. That's our Mega First. I see. Got it. Interesting. I was about to say, I don't think there's a Omegaverse element in that one. But yeah, couple good titles that I gave you here that for homework. I hope you got some good recommendations from this stream, cause it's a good time. There's some good works in here. I'm very happy with what we're getting at this point. The good Yuri list. Look at all this good Yuri. Look at all these titles. My God, there's so many. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be wonderful. Really good shit. I'm tired. My voice is tired. So we're gonna call it here for stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming by. Those of you that did. I think we'll only have 1 or 2 more of these streams left. One of them to cover everything that we've covered so far, and then maybe another like little supplemental stream, or it might be like half of a stream, and then we do something else where I cover all of the ones that I didn't cover so far. Something like that. But that will come when it comes. Real happy with our progress. Can't wait to finish this. Not because I'm sick of it or tired of it, but because I want to do more with it. I want to have way more ways that I can spread this to the world in a more effective way. I want to give this list of recommendations to the world so that all aspiring Yuri fans can launch into the abyss equipped with knowledge and titles. Yeah. Oh, strongest Yuri soldier. Thank you. I try my hardest. It was a great stream, very chill. Enjoyed listening to it. I'm so glad you're feeding us well. Yeah, I try. I do my best. I do my best to feed you. Soon after we have kind of worked our way through the Yuri Tier List stream and that part is done, we're gonna go back to normal kind of streaming content that I used to do, like doing visual novels and playing through like Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood. I still want to get back to. But this is just higher priority because once this is done, I can also work on it as a long form video. But you get to see it in the works, you know. You get to see the groundwork that I'm laying for this for this final concept of this video. I'm doing the work. I'm putting in the work, baby. All that work that I should be putting into staying up to date with my uploads. But that's fine. We haven't missed an upload yet. And I'm gonna jinx myself. But we haven't missed an upload yet. I've been good about it. So either way, you love my blouse? Thank you. Thank you so much. It's cute, right? It's very cute. Thank you so much. I hope your nails went so well. I'm gonna go to bed because I'm fucking exhausted and I only got 4 hours of sleep, as previously stated. My hair's a mess. I can't wait until I can get some in-ear monitors or something so my hair stops looking fucking awful on streams. Excited for that. You're so welcome for the stream, RM. You're so welcome. I'll see you for the next one. Hopefully soon. I want to really try to get this tier list out of the way and get it done. So hopefully soon I'll finish off this project and get started on the next step of the project, and then it'll be fun. It'll be a fun little adventure. Good night. Sleep well, all of you. Or if it's not nighttime for you yet, have a good evening or morning or wherever, whatever it is over there. And see you later. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.